Hey, we got numbers and not repeating intro.
Yay! Welcome to ClevelandMoto Podcast, episode number 513. Light 'em up, boys.
Too late, I already did.
You already lit yours? I'm going to try and light mine right now. It's a Ellicottville Brewing Company. Ellicottville Brewing Company's Hefeweizen, but it's
my God,
blood orange Hefeweizen.
That was a ninja cap. I think
that was a
it
ninja
took,
cap.
Yeah,
I might have killed somebody in the next time zone.
You put my eye out.
It's got actual blood in it.
It does have actual blood in it.
Hey,
That's why
Dan,
it's
into
so
the microphone.
Delightful. All right. So, episode number 513, to my immediate left, we have...
Dan Crump.
What did you ride tonight, Dan?
Tiger 660.
Why is
Tiger
Dan
660.
not
Dan's
Danning?
coming in real quiet.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Talk again. Talk again.
Speak up.
Tiger 660.
No.
It's gone.
No damn.
We have no Dan.
All right, Dan's
Stand
out
by
tonight.
for Dan. Stand by for Dan.
I don't get it.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Check, checkity check. And
What's the XLR just hanging there?
Where? Oh no, that's fine. That's not.
Okay,
I'm going to
That's
give...
supposed to be like
just
that.
had
just
Dan.
making sure.
Yeah, okay.
How do we not have a
weird
Dan?
audio?
Dan?
Pull some knobs. No. Twist some knobs.
All
Pull
right,
some
I'll
levers.
mess with it. Let's keep going. So, all right.
Fucking sound guys.
Fucking sound guy.
All right. And to his immediate left, we
Well,
have...
Steve Sleepy, who usually is a pretty good sound guy, but fuck.
We need to
last
fire-
2 weeks, I'm done.
Here
That
you go.
fucking sound
Sleepy?
guy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, that's the old one that is.
Okay,
that
all
was the
right.
one that we
That
took
was the-
out because
that was
it's
the
noisy as
punishment,
fuck.
Mike. All
This
right,
one was
good.
working 4 seconds ago until it wasn't, and I don't understand why.
All right.
Working without a net.
I heard him click in.
I did too.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Oh, my
hold on.
God. We're Danless. All right.
No Dan's.
Do you
All
have...
right.
Okay.
Well, just keep going. I'll figure it out.
all right. We'll figure it out. And then to his immediate left,
Johnny Mac.
Johnny Mac. What'd you ride tonight, Johnny Mac?
Military KLR
I saw
650.
that. I was
Yep.
so excited to see the KLR 650 out there. I love that bike.
Still has a little bit of Mid-Ohio mud on it. Not much.
Just, I mean, that is truly, that is one of the
So
bikes.
does Craft Services car.
Yeah, it's you're not going to get away from Mid-Ohio mud. That bike, long story short on that is I had been watching Gov Deals really, really hard for KLR 650s. I always watch Gov Deals like mad for those bikes. And there is a place in Iowa that is next to an Iowa reformatory where the people who work at the Iowa reformatory are responsible for the acquisition, maintenance, and assembly of military surplus shit. And that's how the state of Iowa adds a lot of money to their coffers, is they're just constantly getting military equipment and then listing it on Gov Deals and selling it. And wouldn't you know that 13
It was fine.
13 of those motorcycles came up available through Gov Deals. And I just lit up like a house on fire and started bidding feverishly.
I thought it was 15, and you
It
bid
was
on
15.
all of them.
I did.
Well, I mean-
I bid on every single one of them.
I mean, if there's anything that pops up on Gov Deals that Phil really wants, what
Right.
he's going to do is take the money and just go, fuck it, take it.
Take it. Yeah, please, by all means. And it is an absolute thing that I went crazy just flooding Gov Deals. And I tried to make sure I was a high bidder on every single one of them. And what happens invariably is a Gov Deal auction, when the auction says this auction will be over at 8 p.m., it's not over. So at 7:59 and 59 seconds, if somebody bids, they will stretch that auction out by another 20 minutes because somebody bid. And then that's going to alert people that they've been outbid, and it's going to give them a chance to bid in again. And if you do bring a trailer auction, if you do iconic motorcycle or iconic motorbike auctions, that's the way a lot of these guys do. They're not going to let the clock running out be the reason they get $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000 less on an object. So what I had to do in each one of these 15 bikes was to be the last man standing and basically out-stupid anybody else that was looking at these bikes. And so we ended up buying, I think, did we get 4 of those or did we get 6 of those? I can't remember. 4 of them. So
Yeah.
we got 4 of them. And so I still have, I sold one to you cheap.
Yep.
And then I think I still have 2 or 3 of them left. I was not trying to sell these bikes.
And neither have you been trying to sell those bikes. Plenty of people have been I would buy one of these.
Right.
I want to buy
Right.
one of these. I was in the Marine Corps. I want to blah, blah.
Absolutely.
Well,
Unky
I mean,
Phil is not in any hurry, so don't go ringing him seeing if you
Right.
can get
Well-
one because he's not coming off.
One of the stories you told us ages ago was the first thing that everybody does when they're assigned a military KLR 650 is to shoot the fucking thing so you don't have to ride it.
Right. There is no place you want to be on the battlefield less than on a KLR 650. Where everybody with a World War I fucking rifle, some flintlock or something, is like, I'm going to take a shot at the guy on the motorcycle.
There was only one that seemed like it may have seen service, and that was the one that had the 7.62 casing in the.
So that's the one I
tank.
have.
Yeah.
So the one I have,
and it seemed like somebody was like it had different bars on it. They put a camo seat. They were like they were into it.
They were into it. Somebody really did a good job. And on that bike, I pulled a 7.62 by 39 round out of it. So that's AK-47. Yeah. And I pulled
out of it, meaning what? Like out of the material or just out of the bag?
There was shrapnel damage. So there's definitely grenade. If you've ever been near a M67 baseball grenade, the shrapnel from an M67 baseball grenade is very distinctive. It's very small. It's very tiny little shrapnel. And it basically looks like you fired a dirt cannon at something, right? The shrapnel's tiny. It's like 2 millimeters, right? These little 2 millimeter by 2 millimeter flecks, but it's enough to fuck you up. And it's enough to make you not want to go to work the next morning or to stop doing what you're doing right now. So the gas tank on that one has all this peppering from shrapnel in the gas tank, which I thought is super sexy. And there is a 12.7 millimeter, which we in America call 50 caliber. So there was a 50 caliber bullet that was lodged between the engine case and the frame.
Wow.
Now, on top of the engine case, I found a very dented, very damaged 7.62 by 39 bullet. Pulled that out. That's a hero shot right there. And I could see the place where it hit the frame and deflected in. That's cool. But the bonus round was later on when I was putting the big ammo boxes on the side, the 40 Mike boxes. When I was putting the 40 Mike boxes on the side, I found this 12.7 millimeter, which is a Russian Dishka, their version of a 50 cal. And I found that thing, and the whole nose of it was bent over. It hit something pretty solid, and it ended up jammed in between the motor case, engine case, and the frame. So it was like, of all the bikes that were there, and they all have extremely short mileage.
That one had like 3,500 miles.
That one had big miles. So that one had actually lived a life. So that's the one I made mine. So
what year did you acquire those?
I think I picked those up in maybe 08 or 09 or something like that. It was a long time ago. Yeah, so it was a long time ago. And these bikes were all from Desert Storm Part 1. Yeah. So they were all bikes that basically did
my big ones, they're 99s or 2000s.
Yeah, they're all 99 and 2000s, which was the last year that they were actually made in Japan, not made in Thailand. So they're proper Japanese built with our taxpayer money to be as possibly as good as they could be. And then
33 different modifications or something like that.
Really big build sheet. I mean, it cost the taxpayer over $80,000 per bike. So a lot of money was spent on those.
Yeah. For a $5,000 bike.
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, with a giant 9-gallon gas tank and the whole deal.
Besides the gas tank and plastics and stuff, what are some of the differences that you can notice?
So the suspension is completely white power suspension, WP.
This is WP.
It's WP,
not, white power.
It's WP suspension from top to bottom. The engine guards and all the stuff is top shelf.
Yeah.
The points on the handlebars are designed so you can sling load it underneath the helicopter.
Well, the crash bar that's on, I don't have the crash bar on my handlebar because it transferred a lot of vibration and stuff. But it had a big heavy duty crash bar that bolted not only on the ends, but in two places on the middle. And it's just this, 3/4 bar that just goes right across the front that you can bash through a tree with.
And those are the big IMS tanks too. I had mine set up with a big IMS tank.
I think they're 7.9 gallons.
They're huge.
They're huge. They're monsters.
Ridiculous.
Kuwait to Baghdad and one.
That was the joke. It was like we saw that the 3 of the 4 bikes all had this curious 300 miles on it. And then when I looked at a map and I saw the distance of Kuwait to Baghdad and back again, I was like, these bikes made one trip. The trip that they were designed to make, well, the trip that you as a Marine Corps scout were told you had to make, they made that trip. They made it back to the motor pool. And everyone went, well, that was a bad idea. I don't ever want to do that again.
Well, I imagine so, considering that you pulled the several bullets out of the bike.
Well, the one bike that had a shit ton of miles on it, I've spent some time there. 3,500 miles in that particular sandbox is no bueno.
Yeah, right.
And so the 3 of the 4 bikes had all about the same 300 miles on it, give or take.
Well, the one had only 215 on it.
Yeah, 215 was the lowest of the 4.
Mine was 700 miles or something.
Yours was a little bit higher, 700 miles.
Any shrapnel? No, nothing.
No, and it's really. Yeah. Hey, if anybody happens to have an M67 baseball grenade laying around, so
When he got them, I kind of was going through them and everything, and I didn't take the best one. I was like, well, I'll take like this one is kind of middle of the road. Like, the best one was the one with 215 miles on, which probably still has 215 miles on it.
It does, absolutely. And they set them up with big, heavy-duty Dunlop off-road tires on them. They did actually build these bikes out as good as you could build a bike out for that type of a job.
It has infrared illuminators and everything like that.
You know, farewell to your inbox next week as everybody's going, hey, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. And if you want to play that game, honestly, my mentality has changed quite a bit since then. And I only need, John has the one he needs to make his life complete. A fat guy on a little bike says, maybe I was hallucinating, but at one point, wasn't there a holographic hula girl on the back bar at one point? A holographic hula girl.
Oh, do you know what that was?
No, tell me.
When I would do the videos, I would add things to the bar. I'd add like a moving dinosaur or like a dancing hula girl.
Yeah, because I haven't had a hula girl. I mean, the bowl's back here.
You were hallucinating because Sleepy was hallucinating.
Exactly. Yeah. I was usually having fun when I was editing those.
So now if somebody does want to buy one of those bikes, I would probably come off of the last 2.
I mean, it's not like your MT500, so.
Right, exactly. Right. I'm not coming off the MT500 for less than a whole lot of money. And then to John's left, who rode here tonight, by the way.
Yep. Matt.
And Matt is from MotoHop.
Yep.
So very, very cool. Matt Hopkins is here.
I was just checking the live, chat to see if Matt was checking in, and then I look over
and he's here.
Matt has checked in properly.
And what did you ride tonight, Matt?
2013 Kawasaki Vulcan 900 Custom.
It's a good-looking bike.
Absolutely, and had the cut to match.
It does. Yeah, he did. He literally
we had to take off his colors though, because we don't allow cuts in the area. No colors down here. We're
Yeah,
peaceful.
Sleepy will stab you.
Yeah.
no colors in
I mean,
the
it'll be
Rottweiler.
with like his vape pen, but
And behind the bar tonight,
Tom Pennington.
Hey, Tom.
I love the fact that you did the math of how many seconds. Because Matt actually asked me, he's like, you literally can stumble your way to work. And I was like, yes. And you did the math earlier.
I literally just started counting. So when I left the shop, I said 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. And I got to 167 or 170 when I pulled in the driveway. And that's with a red light.
Yeah.
So
you caught the light.
I caught the light at the corner, which slowed me down dramatically.
Now, did you catch the light with the turn or did you catch the light with
No,
turn?
I let the turn go.
Okay.
I let the turn go. I just went. I proceeded
Well, that's the thing
gaily
is because
forward.
if you don't catch, if there is nobody in the turn lanes, the turn lanes don't activate, which is really wild.
It's crazy, but that's just because our shit works here. The what's funny is had I caught both lights, I would have been here in 41 seconds.
You have told me because you forgot something one night and you said you had to bust ass back to the shop and it took you 1 minute.
1 minute is exactly it. From here to my shop was 58 seconds.
And the joke earlier was the only way I could be late is if I was actually really late.
Well, the only way that you could be late is if you were late when you started.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no the traffic.
So was that a selling pitch when like you were offering the job to Tom? You're like, well, here's your salary, but you can consider that an extra $5,000 a year because you don't have to drive anywhere.
A big part of your compensation package is going to be drive time.
Drive time.
I jokingly tell everybody because when I go to Becky's conferences and stuff, I jokingly tell people who make ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so what do you do for a living? So I'm a motorcycle mechanic. My boss gave me a signing bonus of a house.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And the number of people that look at me and they're like, you got what? Because their package is usually about, my signing bonus was like 10 grand. I got a, add-on bonus, a 401k, all this crazy shit. I was like, no, I got a house.
I'm going to promise you.
Yeah, but you also got us.
Well, yeah.
Once a week is worth the payment.
My commute to work right now, 30 minutes each way, right? At $25 an hour, cost me $3,250 every single year plus gas and wear and tear on the vehicle. So Tom's commute, there's no math for that. He's doing more damage to his car by running it not long enough for it to warm up.
What's the average mile per gallon on a Buddy 125 is like 45 miles?
Well, it's way more than
per
that.
gallon, 50-ish? Let's call it 50.
I wish I could ride my commute.
And I literally fill up once. My buddy, I fill up like once a month and a half.
Okay.
Dude, I wish I could do
$4
that.
worth of $4 worth of gas, and I can commute back to work for 2 months.
According to GasBuddy.com, right? And that's all the people putting in all their information, according to Fuelie.
Yeah.
According to Fuelie.com, the Buddy 125 scooter gets 86 miles per gallon.
Oh,
Not at these distances.
Not at these distances.
No, at 25, 30 miles an hour, it gets 100 plus.
What if you never take it off the choke?
exactly.
Oh, well, now you're using gas.
Now you're using gas.
I barely hit the enrichment circuit.
It's barely off the center stand.
No,
For me to get the Summit and back all 5 days is
Right.
622 miles.
oh yeah.
Add my mom's situation
Oh,
into
God,
it. I'm
yeah.
doing about 2,000 miles a week right
Yeah,
now.
it's a lot of
Fucking
miles.
sucks.
So my commute literally cost me $5.
Yeah,
every
right.
2 months.
Every 2 months? Yeah. Oh man. And we're not going to talk about tires.
Oh no,
So
no, those heat nows are kind of getting worn out fast. I'm a little bit upset by that.
yeah, it's only because you're only doing your bike as a light switch.
Exactly.
Go, 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 go. Stop, 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 stop. Go, 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 go. Stop, 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 stop. Yeah. I like how sometimes you overshoot the driveway at the shop.
Oh, absolutely.
Just so you can add an extra 100 feet to your commute.
Well, it's really to avoid the Dunkin' Donuts traffic.
He just wants to put one, he wants to make the 10th digit on his Odo go one click.
the reality is avoiding because they need to move that stoplight back like 10 feet.
Yeah.
And just let the turn light lead into the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot.
We've been in the building for almost 10 years, and I can say that the average crash count per day as a result of Dunkin' Donuts is about 2 crashes per day.
Yeah.
Fat guy on the little bike says, oh, laughing out loud, I'm a high school teacher. My bonus this past year was a cardboard picture frame with no picture. Oh, man.
Wow.
Welcome to the Jams and Jellies of the Month Club.
You know what? We're going to send you a picture of Tom. What size is that?
Depends on which part of town we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Ouch. That is a thing, and that is real.
That is only on the OnlyFans.
That is only on the only. Wanted to say we have a new Patreon member from Canuckistan.
Hey.
AKA our frozen friends to the north, AKA the snowbacks, AKA the people that make good decisions.
Well, now the difference is $2 to one American.
I don't even know, but he became a Canadian $2.50 a month member,
Excellent.
which is $2 a month adjusted for
Right.
exchange rate.
We love you and we're sorry.
I promise you, we are very sorry. Well, we're sorry
Hey, you know
too
what?
because
You know what? Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry. We're sorry.
We're all about the Canadians. Hey.
when I go home to my house and I'll feel very sorry about your situation. I'll feel sorry about it all day long.
I was working on a record up there a bunch of years ago with these guys called the Stickmen. I was there for a month. By the time I got home, I swear to God, I was like, oh, yeah, eh? Come on, guy.
He was hanging out with the dicks.
Every statement sounded like you were asking a question.
Yeah, right. Nicely.
Wait a minute. I just
So I
realized,
went down to the market today.
I just realized because my godson talks in that weird thing with the inflection where everything sounds like
Everything goes up at the
Are
end.
the Canadians invading our youth?
They might be.
They might be.
Right? They might be. It has been, kind of going through this presidency, being a motorcycle person who loves to travel and loves to kind of have all the stuff, not to wander into politics, but it has cut down on our attendance of, our Lake Erie Loop has been greatly affected by that.
COVID wiped that out.
Yeah. And then this is just a continuation of it.
If I leave the country, they won't let me back in. So
Well, we have a lot of people. We are at the end of this month. If you're in the state of Ohio, Moto Guzzi's, the Buckeye chapter of Moto Guzzi National Clubs, the Buckeye Moto Guzzi rally is happening Labor Day weekend. And I was just on there the other day, and so many people are saying, well, we've been coming down to this for 20 years. But based on, I'm concerned that if I cross that border, I'm not going to be allowed back into Canada for some silly reason. And that, I've never really thought about that. That's never been something on my radar, but
I mean, knowing people in Detroit that literally cross into Windsor for like lunch.
I have a lot of people that have the fast pass, the job pass that they can go back and forth every single day.
It has become
to
this
go to work.
fucking thing. And what the shit? Yeah. Like the fact that we're now the assholes of the world.
No, that's a very good friend of mine has
we have
told
been
me.
the assholes of the world for a long time, but now that we're really the assholes of the world.
A friend of mine had said very clearly and without any hesitation, The reason that she didn't come down to Mid-Ohio, you might remember our friends who usually show up in Mid-Ohio in the very short, sexy 66 Chevy van.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right? That whole crew didn't come down because historically they could come down, have a great weekend,
Trevor Green and all them dudes.
go right back up.
Yeah, Trevor.
But one member of their crew said,
Solid dude.
I had a DUI 21 years ago, and I'm concerned that if I come down, that I might end up in fucking El Salvador.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't.
it works the same way though. You can't if you have a felony and a DUI would do it. You can't go to Canada. So
Well,
I know I can't. I DJ'd illegally and got caught.
we
and
are
they sent me
we
back.
all have had
You were in illegal possession of vinyl.
Yeah.
we have all had our little experiences and our little run-ins with law enforcement or whatever it might be. But you have to wonder, like, how hard are they going to dig? Because one year, many years ago, they were hassling our friend Rob because of the color of his skin. And I went in to vouch for him as the driver of the vehicle. They called me in to vouch for him because he had a very minor little thing, a misdemeanor thing on his record from the early 90s. They called me in to vouch him when I went in to vouch for him as being part of my party and part of my crew. And I was going to be with him all weekend. Mm-hmm. Then they ran me, and I found out I have a little tiny Interpol record because I got arrested in Germany for just intoxication, for just having fun, right?
As you do.
As you do. And my kind of fun sometimes involves being told to stop having fun before other people get hurt.
and then the real fun starts.
And that's when the real fun starts.
Oh, wait, look, it's the bourbon gremlin.
Oh, my God. Yeah, here we go. So that's one of those things where we think about that and we blow it off. But seriously, when I went in to vouch for Rob, they were like, you can't vouch for Rob because upon further inspection, you have an Interpol record.
I often think that if I ever became president, one of the crowning achievements of my career would be going to Canada for the May 2-4 weekend.
Yeah.
And hanging out at
Pretty good
McRae
one.
Lake.
Yeah, pretty freaking good one.
Going up to the Georgian Bay.
Yeah, I would love. I mean,
I'll meet whoever's prime minister up there. We're going to go up to the lakes.
I go to Canada as much as I possibly can. I mean, I really do enjoy it a lot. And to me, I think that what's happening right now is really unfortunate for a lot of people, a whole lot of people, but it's also a minor inconvenience for me and my party schedule because I love going to Canada.
Our summit's going to be like a 4-day canoe in with 4 cases of beer.
Oh man,
we're going to sit down and just work things out.
Just work some shit out. Absolutely. By the end of the weekend, it's going to be all good. We're going to have it figured out.
Well, they're going to have actual Canadian beer, which is like real percentages of alcohol.
I would vote
Molson Triple X, bud.
Dude, I would vote for a Johnny Mac.
Labatt's 50. I'd kill for Labatt's 50 right
You
now.
heard it here first, Johnny Mac for president.
Yep. No parties, no nothing.
No parties.
Just happiness and beer.
Fuck your party, we're going to party.
This is all
there
going
you
to
go.
happen. Yeah.
I'll smuggle some fireworks up there. Make sure you have some hash waiting for me.
That's John's campaign promise. Fireworks in every mailbox.
Yep, I think that's fair. I don't have a problem with that.
You got
at
my
all.
vote, bud.
Yeah, I don't have any
Hey,
problem with that.
elbows up.
Elbows up, indeed. Thank you. Elbows up.
Gloves off, elbows up.
Yeah, I completely think that's gonna be one of those things that, it's unfortunate. I love my Canadian friends, and I really wish I could be there with them. Yeah.
Well, the fact that Leslie now has to double cross her fucking T's and dot her I's to cross
Just
the
to go
border
visit her
visit
mom.
her family.
Yeah, exactly. That's painful.
It's like, what the shit is wrong with you fucking people?
That's painful. It really is.
So I think you created a character. Thrust and Justin. The Malort Demon.
Well, we've been talking
Malort
about
Demon.
We've
Yeah,
been
that's
talking about the
gonna
Malort Demon for ages.
I know.
That's
and
gonna
now
happen.
I have to admit, because Lizzie and New Nick,
Yeah.
I had kind of tasked them with being the bourbon gremlins because they both are kind of gremlin-ish, especially Lizzie.
Yeah.
And
She'd be all over
they
that.
kind of fucked off towards the end of the evening, and then I got dubbed the bourbon ballerina, which was funny.
That was
shit.
hilarious. Yeah.
And then Phil literally flipped a switch, became 22, and became the bourbon gremlin that I had told Lizzie and Nick to be.
I still think you're the mall Santa. The mall bourbon fairy.
We have bourbon
When the
fairy
real
at home.
guy can't come, we just hire the guy that's slightly less drunk.
And I accept that. I even said I am far too sober for this job right now.
Yeah, it was tough. You were called in and you admirably you suited up.
I suited up.
Yep.
And then honestly, when you clicked in, was when I went, no, I'm not the right guy for this job. You are.
Well, if you want the job done wildly, recklessly, and just, oh, your mouth's open? Game on.
Come on.
Yeah.
They got boots on.
When I started looking at kids and going, should I be carding people? I was like, I need to go home.
Yeah. And that all makes perfect sense.
When I start seeing people, I'm like, maybe they're 20.
It's always good
30.
to err. It's always good to err, and they don't look under 25. I'm not going to shoot them with bourbon in the face.
And then somebody pointed out, look, they signed a form to get into the property.
Yeah, everybody's there under their own free will and their free volition.
Exactly.
And if you're underage and you're in that particular location, well, I have nothing. My default mode is going to assume that you're legally allowed to be here. Yeah. Right? Just like every time I sell a bike to somebody, I assume they have the credentials.
Yeah. Hey, that's actually not a bad idea.
Cleveland Moto Hoser Cast Boxing Day 2026. Dude. Hey, man, I love me a good Boxing Day.
So something happened to Ian, and I didn't quite follow what was going on, but Hoser Day might be actually a thing.
Well, I love Hoser Day. That sounds like a damn good way.
Sounds like a good idea.
And you're still on vacation for the winter break. Yep. Sneak up across the border. My dad, we were cheap growing up. And so Boxing Day for us was always like a big trip. We might even stay overnight in a hotel. Like, that was a big deal for us.
So Mrs. Hopkins chimed in, Bourbon Ferry might get held at the border since February. Canada has been boycotting U.S. spirits, including Kentucky bourbon.
Fuck that. So, can you imagine pulling off the complete... this is screaming for Smokey and the Bandit.
You're right.
Part 14.
Yeah, right.
So to be able to say like, oh, well, running Coors beer past the Mississippi River is... I am considering bootlegging.
Crap! I gotta retheme that GT 200 in the back.
I've never been so ready for a roll in my life.
Yes.
I want to be Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, damn
That's
it.
all. Play some guitar and sing.
That's
why you don't touch it.
Jerry
Don't
Reed.
touch.
This box truck is an RV. It's not full of bourbon.
No, exactly.
We are getting no damn this podcast.
They are just all maple syrup bottles full of Kentucky bourbon.
I can just see Sleepy with his Great Dane in the passenger seat of just this giant box truck.
Totally.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
So that GT 200 in the back is totally, because we have Scoot Baca.
Yes, we do.
We have your Tiki bike.
We do.
The one in the back has to be the Bandit. Because it's getting the gold rims.
All right,
so
gold rims.
It's got gold rims.
I like the gold rims. Yeah, I lean hard into a Bandit bike, man.
I think because that one is that one has no value to it. So I guess we got to finish it out.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right.
But
so one of our customers sent me an email, and I will find the pictures at some point. I'll put them in the show notes. So in case you're not doing it already, you should be going to Cleveland Moto Podcast Chat on Facebook Marketplace, or not Facebook Marketplace, on Facebook Cleveland Moto Podcast Chat. Trust me, it's there. I'm going to find the pictures. So one of our customers sent me an extraordinarily highly customized Harley Davidson Sportster that has been done in what can only be described as bourbon and blood red, gold, metal flake, leaf, all the things. Harley Davidson Sportster 1200. But there's this, I can't distinguish what the being is. The being's head. The being's head is like a gargoyle gremlin kind of thing. And if I end up with this bike, it will be named the Bourbon Gremlin.
Oh, sick.
Because it's the right color. Yeah. And it has a gremlin's head on the goddamn side of it.
You'd have to make it has to be the gnarliest pipes you can put on it so it just blats out. Just
Well, we do have a premium pipe we pulled off a GT before we sent it out.
This is a Harley Sportster.
Oh, we can still
1200.
I can still stick that Primo on it.
we need straight 2-inch brass tubing just sticking out of the fucking
It's going to be fine.
Those little 8-inch ones are just like 90 and then
90 and out.
The slash cut.
With the heart cut at the bottom.
I'm going to jail pipes. Yeah. Fuck you, cop. That's what they say. You go down the street, just fuck you, cop. That's all it does the whole time. That's a thing.
I'm pretty sure that's the idol. Fuck you, cop.
That is it. Fuck you, cop. Fuck you, cop. Fuck you, cop. I love it. I would take an electric motorcycle and make an audio recording of that.
Oh, I told you about
that just sounds like
the new Dodge Charger. The new Dodge Charger electric that I got that was making that stupid audio track. I'm like, dude, fuck you. You've got an electric car.
Yeah.
On the way here today, I came down off the highway on the exit of 150th, and there was a cop right next to me. So I'm just sitting on the bike and it's idling. and he keeps looking at me. I look over at him, I look back, and then I hear words. And he's trying to talk to me. I'm like, I'm not talking to you. Why are you talking to me?
Right.
So this dude's just sitting there for 5 minutes like, hey, I think he wanted to ask about the bike or whatever. But I'm just like, fuck you. You're a cop. I'm not talking to you. Like, what do you want?
Hey.
It's weird.
Sorry, dude. Don't look directly in the eye. It's the same thing as consent.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, he gave me consent. He looked at me and he nodded. That's not consent.
Yeah, right.
He revved it twice.
Yeah, right.
That's
good.
what I thought. I was like, I do have Akapovic.
Yeah.
I have an Akapovic on. It's kind of loud. And I was like, wonder if he's going to, they don't care about
This
that
is in
shit around
California.
here, right?
They don't care.
In West Park and shit like that, you'll get pulled over for a fucking pipe all day long, man.
Yeah, but this is cams, and I literally have blasted past a cop on the buddy
Westlake,
at full
dude?
honk.
Oh, yeah. Westlake.
In West Park, Westlake, all those areas.
West Park, no.
No.
You don't think so now?
West Park?
Am I saying it
West
wrong?
133rd
If
and
it's
Lorraine.
Cleveland, you're
no.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, never not
No, the
there.
cop-
But West,
the
what's
cops-
next to Westlake? Then it's Westlake and
Fairview Park.
Fairview Park.
Yeah,
sorry.
Don't go
Definitely
across.
Fairview.
Don't
Yeah.
go across the bridge with your loud pipes, man.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb.
No.
Yeah.
But
Like,
you literally could blast down the rain, and the cops will literally fucking give you a thumbs up.
I got pulled over in Fairview for my historical plate.
exactly. Right. This is the
Was
kind
it
of thing.
Tuesday or something? They're like, where are you going? What parade are you
I
in?
whipped out I'm a vintage Japanese motorcycle club representative, and I'm just coming back from a meeting.
You couldn't.
Okay, have a nice evening.
You didn't do what Dan does, and every time Dan was going to ride any of his vintage motorcycles, he would just create an event on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Dan's going for a ride today at 8 p.m. on Facebook. All are invited, so he can prove in court that he was going to an event.
Yep.
That motherfucker dots his eyes.
No, sir, officer. I was going to Mitchell's for ice cream at the school.
that since before the pandemic.
No, but you guys do
going to
your
Mitchell's
Wednesday
for ice cream.
night vintage night, which is just going to drink beer and you ride old bikes.
Right.
So you got that.
I mean, sounds like it qualifies to me.
Come on, man. I used to keep a bag of parts behind the seat of my El Camino with no receipt, just new parts. And I had one cop in Cleveland Heights that would invariably pull me over because it's 69 El Camino, probable cause. And so he'd pull me over and I'd be like, hold on a second, let me reach behind my seat. Look at all these parts I bought. I'm going to bring them to court. Let me see the receipt. I don't keep the receipt. Why would I keep the receipt?
Yeah.
Right? What the fuck? Now you got to go to AutoZone and prove I wasn't there. That'll be fun. Yeah. All right. Cool. And he tried that with me a couple of times, and I was just like, dude, I know the rules, man. That's it. This is an El Camino. It's a 69 El Camino. I know you're using it to go to work every day. Yes, and every fucking day on my lunch break, I work on this cocksucker.
Can you imagine being that much of a cocksucker? Like you're just sitting in your
do
car,
you
all
have
this
nothing
stuff going
else
on. You're
better
like,
to do with
oh my
your
God,
fucking
a
life?
vintage plate. It's Tuesday at 8:00. Like, what the fuck goes through
I'm going
somebody's
to
head
tell
to
you
do
what my
that?
job description was not 3 jobs ago.
Well, I understand
Yeah,
that.
right.
Cocksucker.
You professional fucking cocksucker, dude.
And you quit because of it. So
yes.
that's my point. Is
And a
what-
lot of guys don't.
a lot of guys don't.
Well, that's
A
my
lot of guys
point.
relish it.
You know what? I've got nothing else better to do with my life. Let's fuck with this guy in the vintage
I was
car.
thinking about the whole cocksucker thing and about like cops
You know-
pulling. Like you got your lift gate changed on your car, so they're pulling you over because your title says the car is red, but your lift gate's brown. Right. And they'll use that to pull you over. I'm like, what a cocksucking thing.
It is a cocksucker thing. Probable cause as a general thing, like where my problem, oh God, I'm going to piss off 1/3 of our audience right now. My problem was when they said,
probably piss off more than that.
if the probable cause doesn't work, retreat to officer safety. Right? So if the situation that you're in, if probable cause isn't applicable to your situation, you can always fall back on officer safety. What's officer safety? Well, it just didn't look right, and I was concerned for my safety. So I then proceeded to do the thing that I did and I shouldn't have done, but I did it because I was in fear for my health or my safety.
Or add to it the safety of others. Or
That's the other one.
Or the offender's safety. I didn't think he was safe.
The best thing he could possibly have happened to him in the rest of the evening was for him to meet my fucking flashlight full of lead acid batteries 17 or 18 times and end up in the back of my car handcuffed in a hogtied position. And why the fuck our department even thought leg shackles were an okay thing to have in the car is beyond me, except for weird sex stuff, right?
I have the set if you need them.
Oh, you've worked for
I
NOPD.
still have mine. Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
Just
in case.
When we would stunt up in Menor in the back, like back in the industrial stuff.
Behind on Tyler Boulevard, behind the Caterpillar factory.
100%. Yeah, because you had your shot. You knew it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So we'd be stunting back there doing
Do you
whatever.
think we didn't know?
No, well, everybody knew, but it was at least out of the way.
I used to stop by all the time.
I know.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Phil would try to do wheelies in the cop car.
Dude, they had a name for me. They called me No Name because I would show up and take my name badge off my uniform. So when they would be stunting behind Caterpillar, I'd show up, park, take my name badge off my uniform, stick it in my pocket, and then walk back and just be cool to everybody.
Yeah.
But I didn't want anyone to say Officer Waters said this was okay.
Yeah, right.
So I just never had a badge with my name on it. And so the guys would be like, hey, what's your name? Let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
Right? So they just call me No Name.
This is inadmissible in court. Let's just move on.
They're just calling me No Name.
Well, and if you think about it, man, like especially during that period when there was like we would easily have 200 guys on a ride every
It was a
fucking
party.
night, like
Yeah.
every night.
It was a party.
Like it was a place where like people went and they went slow. It wasn't fast wheelies. It wasn't stupid.
No,
it was like
parking lot shit.
Yeah, and the thing was, is it kept everybody from running into cars on the street
And the
shit,
parking
you know?
lot in question is easily seen from space.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 1 million square feet building.
Yeah.
And so it's a really, really, really big parking lot. But you didn't know that you were doing it, but you kind of fucked with the Menor Police Department because that was our hidey hole. So that was where we would go to have shift meetings.
Yeah.
Car to car to car to car to car
Safety
to car.
meetings and stuff.
So that 60% of the guys could be taking a nap if 20% of the guys are just standing out bullshitting by their cars. And it's midnight shift. Nothing's happening, weeknights anyway.
Right.
And so when you guys started rolling in, we were kind of like, okay, well, if we go in there and harass them, we are essentially admitting that this is our sneaky spot. So we kind of agreed that it was a better idea to just kind of like, okay, it's happening. Nobody's calling to complain about it. You can't see it from the freeway because they were on the backside of the building.
Right.
So it's the backside of the building, the train tracks in the woods. And ultimately, myself and a couple other guys were like, dude, do you want them doing that down Mentor Avenue?
Well, and on top of that, we talked
Or
to
in the Great Lakes Mall parking lot?
I remember one dude talked to the owner of the building, and he was like, listen, dude, we're here from like 10 p.m. until 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to fuck with your shit.
Right. We are literally security.
Yeah.
Well, what you guys don't know is we knew we had a garage door opener for that building. So we could go inside anytime the alarm system would go off and say there was somebody in the building.
Yeah.
So our police cars had a garage door opener in them. We could open up the garage door and we could go into that building. And many times when you guys were having a party outside, we were having a party inside.
I love it.
It was just one of those things that we kind of mutually knew that we knew each other was there and basically respected each other's being there.
Yeah.
Because it was no fucking trouble.
Well, and also some of the time, well, at least for a while, I kind of got bored and got out of there. But like when we did it, everybody told each other no burnouts.
Yeah.
Right. Because we don't, it was like we're trying to respect the dude's thing. Like, okay, do your wheelies, do whatever, but don't do rolling burnouts and just fuck the guy's whole lot.
Stripe his whole lot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It was that was an era of time when it would have really taken a lot for you to get arrested.
Oh, but we did though.
But y'all managed to somehow do it every fucking night. Yeah. Every fucking night. Some fucking Honda with fur on it would end up sliding sideways under a truck or missing a corner or whatever.
That was the guys that either could only wheelie, or they just got the bike and were trying to just flaunt to get girls. Because that was always good to have those guys with you because when it came time to go, you got away.
Oh, absolutely. Send them out first. Yeah. Send those guys out first to probe. There's a phrase the military uses called when in doubt, send a scout.
Right.
And there's a lot of applications where that is very good advice.
Right.
Yeah. So that's fun. Super, super cool. The other thing, I wanted to give Tom props, but he's not near his microphone right now. Maybe that's the best time to give him props.
Yeah.
So Nick has been helping out at the shop. Nick's been popping in. And
New Nick.
Nick Clay. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, Nick.
New Nick.
Right?
Yeah.
New Nick, right? So New Nick's been helping out, doing a great job.
That's a great name, New Nick.
New Nick.
You got to get him a
close
shirt.
to Unique.
New Nick.
So he's been helping out. He's been a lot of fun. But Tom, in the interest of making the environment more hospitable. We basically, Tom and Renee did a level 5 teardown of the back of the shop to create 3 solid work cubbies, like 3 solid lift areas where somebody could come in and work on bikes and not have to trip over things to do it. Wow. But when that happened, also, somehow Tom has managed to turn out something like 21 bikes in the past, I don't know, 6 working days.
It's the energy.
It is the energy.
Yeah, man.
So the fire has truly been lit in our service department. And I love it. I will completely concede that. And from a selfish angle, I think that's fucking rad. But we're getting a lot of stuff turned out.
That's
and
awesome.
It's super cool. And that's nice.
Cleveland needs that kind of.
Well, it's just for a long time, I think that, you just keep getting buried under stuff. You keep getting buried under stuff and you get like, okay, I'm going to push that one aside and I'll get to it. But then it gets pushed too far aside. Right. And then other things come in. So I think that us having the Nick influence, and Nick's only doing a 1099. So Nick's not coming in 40 hours a week, not even close to it. But the idea being that when he's there, he's helping.
Yeah.
Right. So when he's there, he's helping motivate stuff and produce work and that kind of shit. And that's fucking great. And it's going to take Nick a little while to understand our flow and everything else, but he's doing good.
Well, it's interesting. I've been hearing from a lot of guys that aren't in our normal circle of motorcyclists. These are guys from work and other places that ride. And like they talk to me because, they're like, hey, you ride. I'm going to talk to you.
Yeah, you ride, man.
And everybody's been complaining about the service at all these other dealerships. So without naming names, the one that he kind of got fucked over by has multiple locations.
Right.
They are notoriously terrible. Like guys are like this, they fucked my bike up and I'm looking for somewhere to go.
Right.
So I think you're going to find out that you're going to get, if the service starts picking up and you're doing good, obviously doing good service, people are looking because all these other places are terrible.
The one thing I would like to say about Nick is he and Lizzie were on the ride lap of history when Piper and I were doing it on the KLR, and he started at the back of the pack, and I'm pretty sure he won on his moped.
Oh, dude,
he lit it, and he was fucking gone.
Dude, he passed me. I was doing 70 on the fucking CT with the 140. Like probably about 68, 70 because it said 77 or something on the thing.
Yeah.
And he passed me like I was fucking in second gear. All I heard, I put it in my video. All I heard was, and then as he's passing me, he throws me the fucking like, hey, what's up, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That thing motivates, man.
Nice.
I had no idea it was that fast. That has to be a 90 mile an hour bike.
I mean, when he took off, it was like, okay, here we go. And he was just,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was impressive. And to think that thing originally went 30 miles an hour at full rate,
What a change, man. What a change.
Well, I mean, he literally turned it into a GP bike.
full time.
Yeah. And that is absolutely true.
It reminds me of like the Taiwanese drag races that they have between those things and stuff. It'll be like mopeds that do like 100.
Well, I mean, there was a time when the 50cc GP was a thing, like Kreidler 9-speed.
Well, that's why we've got the Derby GPR 50 and the the Aprilia RS50, which they're amazing bikes. Like, I wish I could still find one that hadn't been completely destroyed.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, look at Kreidlers. They were just insane.
Yeah.
There's
22,000 RPMs.
Oh, yeah.
Just go.
There's actually a collection of those at the Barber Museum, and every time I go by them, I'm like, yeah, I get it.
A 50cc motor with a 36 millimeter carburetor. It's like, what the fuck?
And you think the whole idea behind that was just when science was like, okay, there's a class. It exists. How do we cheat and just be by the skin, the hair, the shadow of the rule book? Okay, that's good enough.
What's that shit?
Well done.
That's that shit Honda would do, where they would be like, "Oh, 50cc. Well, let's make it let's make a 6-cylinder 50cc bike."
Right. Yeah, and that is.
It's
I
gonna be
promise
like
you that is the best.
The power band is between
an M6 piston.
The power band is between 18 and 19.5.
Oh man!
So we're gonna need 10 speeds.
The
So it stays there all the time.
Oh, hey, Tanuki
drink. Tanuki drink. So
those of you playing at home that haven't seen this,
one at my nose.
Tanuki-san shows up on the screen. And we drink. So when you hear us say Tanuki, it means that Sleepy has just decided it's time for us to take a drink.
Yep. Balls up.
So one of our scooter friends from years back His name is John Vanook. Don't try to spell it. It's only 4 letters. Okay. Yep. It's his Eskimo name. So John Vanook is in Sturgis right now. So
oh boy.
In the, hey, it's a fucking small world category, John Vanook says, hey, Phil, I just ran into a buddy of yours out here in Sturgis. A Filipino guy named Del.
Del.
Yes, you did, my friend. You ran into Del Bassa, and we fucking love Del Bassa. He's one of our favorite human beings.
Isn't Wendy based out of there now, too? I thought I heard she was in Sturgis now.
Ish, yeah.
Ish.
Right, yeah.
I mean, granted, she's like probably in Nova Scotia at this point.
I think she seems like she's based out of everywhere.
She just never stops moving, yeah. So I was so happy to hear that our friend John Vanook has literally ran into our friend Del Bassa.
Yeah.
Small fucking world. And Sturgis is not short of people.
Well,
yeah. And Harley people. And John works at the motor company.
I mean, it's literally the most populous place of, what is it? Which Dakota is that?
I think it's all the Dakotas.
Who gives a shit? It's Dakota.
East Dakota, West Dakota.
But I've heard that this year has been a bit different for a lot of people. That they're not letting people park on streets. They're towing bikes all over the place. Like it's like they kind of cracked down on
they Gestapo'd it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
A lot of reports of that. There's one dude on
they're trying to outlaw bikers.
Yeah. Well,
traffic's up again.
You know, the one guy was like, he's on there like doing a PSA to other people attending, like, guys, they're towing bikes. Don't park over here. Like, on YouTube and stuff. It's kind of funny.
Oh man.
They're bringing laws to your lawlessness.
Your lawlessness. I've known,
ma'am, put those leathery tits away.
I've known a few people that
I saw the winner of the Sturgis something bikini contest, and I'm like, what? Oh my God, that's the best week. I mean, like little pot belly. Had a couple extra beers. I mean,
100% certain she looks way better than the winner of the FEMA camp bikini contest, which was Harley Bob.
Yeah,
I was runner up.
Yeah. It's we're not allowed to shoot. We're not allowed to aim down at this group. I mean, I did think about it. I was like, some year I'd like to get like a set of Daisy Dukes and like a G-string and like is the Bourbon Fairy not sexy enough for you? I was gonna say, and put like a wig on and go riding around and see how many guys are like, oh, look at that.
Like the Homer Simpson thing, guys just pouring bleach on there.
When you left, we had to figure out who we were going to give the trophy for most topless at Mid-Ohio FEMA camp.
And it was me.
Yeah.
Tom was me. I was topless for a lot of it just because I couldn't wear anything.
Hot, man.
It was hot. I was only topless because I could not wear clothes anymore. Like y'all made me wear pants, and that's still kind of a shitty thing.
I don't think I was in my boxers till noon because I was just too fucking hot.
You really were.
Dude, it was that kind of a thing where I several times I just had to take a moment and get not in the shade of a pop-up, but in the shade of a unlight penetrating vehicle or something, because it's a different flavor of shade.
You got to go in the refrigerator. Motohop's refrigerator is fucking the reefer.
You should have stepped in. I told everyone last year.
Oh,
the Motohop motor hauler was the way to go.
Fucking refrigerator unit.
It was a nice crisp 68.
Oh my God!
Did you not?
And you're just sitting there eating Italian ice, being like, "Fuck yeah!"
All your sweat immediately evaporates off you. You dry out instantly. You're like, oh my
it's
God.
like it's 1% humidity.
The mini split on the back of his camper is literally the same size as the one you had me for my shop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's what. Remember on your birthday year that we did Mid-Ohio?
Yeah.
We sat in your RV with it blowing all of the cold air.
It was snowing in there. Yeah. we were 12 people deep in that fucking camper.
We're like, we don't feel like we really need to leave here, do we?
Yeah. Well, I've been to this event before. We're good in here.
Have me another ice cream sandwich, please.
That was the joke. We were drinking cocktails and eating ice cream sandwiches in the back in this giant RV. And then I was like, well, if one of us goes out there and starts up the AC in the high ace, give it about 10 minutes to cool down, get the front of the AC going.
Right. We could drive.
Then we can just run from this AC to that AC. But who's going to bring the cocktails?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did.
And they did. And then Oscar took out the bag. Then we made an excuse on why we could do it because we were going to rescue people.
Yeah, we were helping.
We were helping.
I played that game the one year with Don Slicker. I was so hot. I jumped in my Jeep and we drove all of Mid-Ohio. I went up and down every aisle of the swap meet.
The Jeep.
We had a cooler full of beer and we just blasting the AC, and we're like, we spent 3 hours just cruising around Mid-Ohio in an air-conditioned car.
Fucking cool.
I did finally land my sombrero this year too. So
yeah, it
took me 20 years.
So I was thinking about this. If you got a big enough cardboard box for the solar fan, you can make a swamp cooler.
Yeah.
Put it over your head with like a windshield and just drive around with the box on your head.
Okay, so I saw the most Home Depot shit I've seen for a while at Mid-Ohio this year. I saw a dude riding at least a $600 cruiser bike.
No,
Maybe $800.
Ooh, big
But
money.
he had one of the best accessories I'd ever seen, which he had the 12-inch Ryobi fan with a Rabbi battery pack, bungee corded to his handlebars.
That's awesome.
So even at 1 mile an hour, he had a 40 mile an hour wind.
I did that on my quad runner. I just had my battery like right here. It was beautiful.
That is pretty fucking smart.
And this year, Mid-Ohio kept the dust down, but if they didn't, then you'd just be feeding dust into your pie hole.
Yeah. It was
I'll say that they really did good at soaking things down and keeping it from being a dust bowl.
Because it rained every 30
I was gonna say.
minutes.
Yeah, but even before that, I mean, Thursday, Friday, they were soaking the roads.
I
for
bet you they hose down barrel racing like that every year, man. Nobody could get hurt.
Not a porta potty in sight, though. I mean, I guess there were some a few rows over, but
The porta saunas.
They were,
Holy fuck, dude! I went in and came out just wet. Like there was nothing on me that wasn't wet.
You should have wiped yourself off.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to. It just fell off
just
from
peed
all
all-
the sweat.
he
The
just peed all
sweat
over
cleaned it
himself.
up. Yeah. Oh my god, was it hot?
I went into pee. I just sweated it all out instead.
So we've introduced Matt.
yes, we have.
However, we've said Moto Hop,
We do keep saying Moto Hop.
but we haven't said, Matt has his own thing.
Yeah. Matt, give people a chance to understand that might look for the one person out there that doesn't listen to Misfits, Cleveland Moto, and Moto Hop.
Yeah.
And no Komodo.
And no Komodo.
Right.
Yep.
Pork and potatoes.
Yeah. I mean, it's me and Missy. So me and my wife.
Don't
do a
oversell
podcast.
it here, buddy.
Well, I didn't come on to do like a pitch. I just came on to hang out. But
You never turn down an opportunity
Yeah,
to
I
sell
get
your
it.
shit.
Time to earn your fucking key.
yeah, no shit. Yeah. We're doing stickers. We're doing T-shirts. Trying to represent like, I don't want to make sound bad, non-Harley people, right? Like, I want shirts,
That's a thing.
and there's like, you can get Harley shirts anywhere, right? But like, we're doing scooter shirts, and you've
I
seen
got
the possum sticker, but
Well-
we haven't posted the possum shirt yet.
Okay, but I have
wait-
something
I
to
can't
tell
wait
you
for that.
about this fucking possum sticker.
Okay.
So you give me these possum stickers, and any stickers I get from you guys go on the Africa Twin on the box. That's
Yep.
my sticker box, right? So the other night I came home, actually from Harley Bob's. I dropped something off for Harley Bob, came home at late at night, go in there, put the thing in, shut the light off, and I'm walking out, and I'm like, what the fuck is this light in my garage? I'm like, what is this? And it's freaking me the fuck out. I'm like, what? And I go back there, and I'm looking, I'm like, what is this? It's a fucking possum. And I look, and it's the sticker glows in the dark.
it's a glow
I
in the
had
dark
no
sticker.
That is
fucking
one of my
idea, dude.
favorite things ever is the glow in the dark ink in the possum sticker.
Yeah.
Because
It freaked me
same
the
for me.
fuck out, man.
I have it on my toolbox in my shop. I have it on my toolbox, and I also have it on our breaker panel.
Yeah.
So the breaker panel, so I'm closing up shop as I do for the night, closing up shop, and I always get to the front of the showroom and I look back to make sure I didn't leave anything important on, like no lithium chargers are going to burn the shop down, shit like that. So I always do like a last dummy check, and I look back, and there's this green glowing light, and I'm like, what the fuck is still turned on over there? So I walked back the first time, and I was like, oh, it's the Moto Hop sticker. And I was like, okay, cool, because you never know.
No, you don't.
Right? Yeah, that's it.
That's
Well, and
fantastic.
I'm like, like what lit up?
Right.
Like,
Right.
what is on what bike is lighting up?
yeah.
Because it's a
which key is still turned on?
because it's fairly
The
bright.
dashboard,
It's not like a dim little sticker.
No.
Like it puts out some light.
No, the one that's on my toolbox, I swear to God, I thought I left the keys on in a bike.
right.
Because it was that green color. And I went back there and I was like, oh, it's a sticker. That's fucking genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever argument had to be fought to get the glow in the dark dye, worth it.
I will
Missy
say
will
that too.
appreciate this
I will tell you that's one of the few times in my life where something has annoyed me, and then I looked at it and was like, oh, and then I was happy.
Yeah.
And then you were like, that's genius.
Yeah, Missy will go so deep on just like material choices.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, it's a nocturnal animal. It obviously has to be a glow in the dark sticker.
Of course
right?
it does.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And also, fleas and ticks should stick to it.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So Moto Hop did a great job at AMA Vintage Days. They were fucking awesome.
Well,
as usual.
they threw in because as soon as the hobo camp was set up, Missy jumped into action and helped with craft services and was like all in on getting the because Team Grilled Cheese this year was fucking killing it.
Oh,
Amazing.
Yeah, the grilled cheese was good.
You were still coherent enough to remember the grilled cheese.
No, he
cheese,
actually
right?
did not remember.
I didn't remember it until I was reminded. And
It
then
was so good.
I was standing there talking to tall Luke, Horseman, Bojack Horseman. So Luke Horseman. And so we were just having an in-depth conversation about something, but I was 5 or 6 sheets. And somebody handed me.
I literally looked at you and said, hold this.
Right. Somebody handed me a concentrated piece of goodness. And it was amazing. It was fantastic.
Can I tell you, this Luke, though, man, I meet the guy, and basically he's like from the IT department, like, or whatever he does. And he's like very reserved and nice. And he's like, hey, how's it going? You know, whatever. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, I wonder how he's going to fit in. Then like 4 hours later, he's a half naked Norwegian wearing a horse head and like raging to black metal. And I'm like, I did not see that coming, but I totally approve of this.
So if you ever want to know how to bring it, half naked Norwegian helmet wearing horse headed Bojack Horseman guy.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's how you show up to Mid Ohio. That's how you do it for the
I have
first
zero
time.
complaints.
Yeah.
I enjoyed our burnt ends session with the sweet chili fucking Doritos.
Oh, so good.
There was like 6 of us on the tabletop, and it was just like, well, here you go, boys. I'm like, I can't wait till these guys start eating their shit. They're gonna fucking lose their minds.
I like the chips. Whatever Liza brought those carnitas chips
Pringles.
or something.
It's fucking Pringles.
I haven't eaten meat in
It's
fucking.
called a Pringle.
I know, but I haven't eaten meat in like 12 years,
Yeah, they're
whatever
fake meat.
years.
Yeah.
But those carnitas chips were fucking
pretty
amazing,
good, man.
dude.
Yeah,
Like,
they're street
And you
taco
still
ones.
haven't eaten meat.
Yeah.
Hey.
no, I'm saying though, but like it tasted like fucking like you were
So
chewing
speaking
on a
about
steak.
a day at the track, we have literally talked about like, how do you want to go out? We were there the year the man died of a massive coronary on the AMA on the
My hero
on the course
of all
My hero,
times. Yep.
right? Died the way he wanted to. Go ahead and bring this picture up, Sleepy, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So the folks at home can see it. This, in fact, is
yes.
a super bike.
Well, Sleepy has not picked the way he wants to go out.
I was gonna do the mushroom suit, but I could probably do the mushroom suit and do this.
I am so impressed because, of course, it's in England, so they used a toe pincher coffin. Toe pincher coffin. America, we get these very big, very heavy coffins that are big, giant rectangles that are steel and wood and locks and bolts and security, and then we put those in another concrete vault, and then we bury all that shit so that 10,000 years from now,
you can't come back as a zombie.
right, it's impossible. But in England, on the other hand, they put you in a toe pincher. That's what that is. That's a toe pincher coffin. It has the original coffin shape. And apparently you can go zigging around the racetrack at 150 miles an hour so that you can go out in style. I think this is fucking cool. I mean, I'm just absolutely freaking loving this. And it's 1,000cc Suzuki, by the way, hauling your dead ass
Well,
around.
think about it. The guy's insurance ain't going up. You ain't gonna hurt him.
He ain't. No, he ain't. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of figure mine's going to be on fire on a test ride. So
Also possibly true.
I'm going to be cremated, pre-cremated.
I am fucking impressed by this. They are clocking this thing currently at over 125 miles per hour. It's done in an Isle of Man TT theme, which, since Isle of Man has an average of 3 body counts per year, morbid, but also I respect you.
Do they launch you off a curb?
Well, if
they hit the button and it just goes fucking flying off.
Go ahead and pull it up again, Sleepy. Right? So the deal with this is this friggin' thing has a painting of the Isle of Man on the deck.
So
where the
sweet.
casket goes.
So it kind of makes sense.
They call
you
that
would just,
the live table. By
You
the
would
way.
just fucking hammer down, and then like you would hit that curve where you have to turn sharp left, but the right takes you off into the water. So you
release.
just hit that fucking button, and it shoots off like Batman,
Gonzo, man.
what's his name, Burt Ward, in that fucking mini cab that just fucking flies off.
That was the Batmobile Bat Cycle with the built-in go-kart.
So it flies off into the water, and that would be the perfect way to go.
So
They could have
fucking
it
cool.
way cooler that if they had the guy's, he's going to be stiff, right?
Right.
So you have him there, but then he can lean. So like when they go on the right turn, the guy goes raw and kind of helps
they
you
make
turn.
those
and,
sidecars, they make them that way.
I know, but I'm saying like, how like the monkeys lean off?
But okay, so to take that further, you just grab a sidecar rig and
Stick the guy in?
lightly fucking zip tie your dead buddy. Do it Weekend at Bernie style.
Yeah, that's cooler.
Hysterical.
I'm in.
Just do him Weekend at Bernie style. Put a helmet on his head.
Because like in New Orleans, they do that.
You have my full permission.
Yes,
Paul,
exactly.
talking to you, Paul.
That whole
I know
thing
you're
about
listening.
standing me up again, stand me up by the jukebox one more time, blah, 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 blah. They do that shit in New Orleans, which is really weird.
Yeah, I seen that.
Promise you, this is Billy Badass.
Yeah.
I have no problem with superbikefunerals.co.uk.
All right, we're gonna launch. We're gonna launch off the what's the Dover? We're gonna launch off the Dover with we're gonna get a Rally 200.
Yeah.
And with the sidecar,
Right.
And then we're gonna launch at the last second. You're gonna fucking fly off the end.
Well, we're gonna put you in
like
a
Quadrophenia.
I was gonna say we're just gonna put you in a fake Vespa GS.
Then
right?
launch out,
and we're just going to launch you off the rig. Right?
You know, we are getting to the age where we probably should make one of these for band camp, like every year.
Oh shit!
You know, in a lot of small communities, the ambulance and the hearse are the same car.
Alex Tassi is now building a hearse for everybody, and he's going to just roll everybody around.
It's going to be the game. Get a few more years, and we'll be really appreciating the practicality of said vehicles. Nick Childs. Hey, Nick Childs. Sup, nerds? I tuned into the perfect time for track bike talk. Currently swapping a new front tire on my GSXR, a Gixxer, before I head from St. Louis to Putnam.
Park Road
Speaking
course.
of guys dying on the track, when's your first track day?
It is 1.5 weeks from now. So I bumped it from last week because my mom went to the hospital and I had to go do that.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was last week. I'm like, oh man, I kind of wanted to try to participate with you, but I was away, and so
no, it gave me more time, so I went through it and stuff. But yeah, so I'm going the 23rd, I think. So it's 2 Saturdays.
How have your practices been going on out there in Penfield?
Pretty decent. I got some rides in. I adjusted the rear sets a little bit, got them kind of dialed.
Indian Hollow Road's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad, but there's some other ones. You go down Jones and something else, you can find some turns. That's when I learned I hated GP shift. I learned really quick that when I go to the track, I want to focus on learning the track.
It's a good idea to just focus on the track.
Not have to also learn how to reshift after 47 fucking years.
Right.
Because the first time I hit a turn, the first time I was like, okay, I'm going to lean into this and get a little excited on this road. Yeah. I think I what I thought was a downshift or upshift. Right. And then I downshifted the first and was like, well, great. I almost blew my motor up on the first turn I've ever gone on, whatever. And I was just like, nope, this ain't working. So
that's not hard to fix, though. You can just flip it over, right?
No. These were specific. So $546 later, I have a new set of rear sets.
Well, I respect the hell out of that because it is a much better idea to make your track experience just be an extension of your normal riding experience.
And so then I really started looking into it, right?
Yeah.
And you get into these guys and you're like, oh, once you ride the truck, you gotta. And I don't doubt that and whatever. But you're also talking about guys that are like, well, I'm like in the fastest, amateur race league there is, and I'm trying to get the 0.18 millionth of a second faster than this other guy. I have no interest in any of that.
You know what your goal is?
Not to kill myself.
Yeah. Go home
and just I want to you want to get better.
Right.
I'm not racing anybody else but me. Right. I want to go the first day that I go out there. Obviously you're just going to learn the course. But the first time I actually get to unleash it a little bit, I'm going to get the timing and go from there and then see what I can do to improve.
You're not racing anybody till there's somebody that you can maybe get in front of.
No, I mean, dude,
if you're all the way in the back, but there's some guy you can see right there. Oh, yeah. You're going to. I know you. You're going to go. For
I get it. Like I can't take slow people, but like when me and Mark would ride, Mark's skill level was probably a little bit better than mine, but maybe even sometimes quite a bit better, and sometimes equal. But anyways, chasing him was my favorite thing.
Right.
Because I rode faster than I usually would, but it was also safer because I was watching his braking, his lines and stuff. So that's kind of my goal is to find a fast dude and kind of friend with the guy, and then just not super fast, but fast enough that I'm feeling challenged, and then chase that dude because that's where you learn a lot. Like that's guys, absolutely. So that's my plan.
You never get better than when you're in second place.
Yeah,
second place or just being in fourth place, battling for third. That's the deal. I love Nick Childs. I love GP shifts until I do a wheelie. Okay, my brain defaults to standard shifting, and I do this sick move where I go from first to neutral.
And almost castrate myself.
Yeah, no shit.
That's me every time I ride a pre-74 anything European.
Yeah.
Where you're like, fuck, it's backwards.
Oh, half the time when you jump on an old European bike, you're like, okay, 50-50 chance, up or down.
Right.
Up or down. And that's like the jam. The jam is like you just click down, let the clutch out. If she doesn't go anywhere, pull the clutch in, wiggle the bike forward and back, up. Now it goes. So now it's upside down pattern. Yeah.
But the weird part about this stuff is I can ride any old bike.
Yeah.
I can jump on a weird scooter and no problem. Even when I took the bike out just to make sure it was working before I even tried to get rowdy with it, I had no problem. I'd shift it up and down the street. I was like, oh, fuck, this gears is easy. But as soon as you get to a point where like you're using muscle memory and your brain is occupied with like a new thing, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah,
absolutely.
At least I
just
was.
like Nick Child says.
Yeah.
The moment the front wheel comes up, you default back to what? Lizard brain.
Right.
And when you go back to lizard brain goes what? Shift out.
Yeah.
Right.
40 years of this. Do it again.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. And I'm there, and you're absolutely right. I have owned motorcycles. I had an H2 that had an upside down shift pattern. Ooh, that's great. Did I ever fuck that up? Yeah, I fucked that up.
Yeah.
Did I have a Norton upside down shift pattern? Yep. Did you ever fuck that up? Yep, fucked that up. Did I ride a Triumph the other day that had the shift pattern wrong and the wrong side of the motorcycle?
Yep.
Yes, I did. Did I fuck it up? Yeah, I fucked that up. Right? Here's my thing. I'm old now. My brain is about 30% of its efficiency that it was when I was in my prime.
And that's before we substance them up.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, I promise you, every motorcycle I own had better have one thing on the bottom of the stack, and that's first gear. Because even my dirt bikes that have neutral on the bottom of the stack, or like little shit like I got another Hunter Cub the other day. Yeah, guess what's at the bottom of the stack? Neutral.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that makes you feel dumb at a red light.
That's the funny part. As soon as you got that, you tried to out Farkle Pete.
No, I just put a box on it, Tom.
No, I'm still out Farkling Pete. What already had the 6-pack case?
There's two. She put a couple of little accessories on the Hunter Cub that are tasteful, and then I was like, well, if you're gonna have that giant piece of real estate on the back, the new Hunter Cub has the largest flat rack on the planet on it, and so I was like, well, I do have a wide selection of plastic top boxes. I was debating whether or not to put the milk crate on it. And so I put the milk crate on it, and then I stopped and I put the top case on it, the GV box, and it was like, oh, the GV box looks so much better. But I left enough room so that in front of the GV box, you could put a folding camp chair.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Ooh. So this particular bike has an exact designated area for the folding camp chair.
At Mid-Ohio this year, up, not by the swap shop, but down like kind of where the track is, where the Jawas and stuff are way out there.
Yeah.
There was a dude.
Thunder Valley.
Yeah, there's a dude who had a scooter with a milk crate on the back, but he had taken the milk crate and put like plastic walls inside of it.
Yeah.
And then took another milk crate, cut it, and put hinges on it and put walls in it and then a latch. So he actually made the full box. Like it.
I have
like,
one.
Phil has one.
So I bought a bike that was bought from an old man who had more time than money.
Yeah.
And he took apart a milk crate, and then he took apart another milk crate, and he hinged it and put a window latch on it. Now, it isn't lined, so it still has the flow-through ventilation.
Yeah.
Right? So you can keep whatever's in there alive, right?
It is the ultimate...
But it is straight up...
ultimate KLR
It is
top
the
case.
ultimate KLR accessory because it is... a bespoke,
and it's painted flat green.
It is painted flat green. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
It will end up on a KLR.
See, this dude had like metal corners.
Oh yeah,
like he made it look like it was like a GS top case.
Yeah, it was like a case.
Yeah,
but it was a milk crate case.
It was milk crate. I thought that was pretty genius.
Super fucking
Hey,
cool.
free behind every Kroger.
Right. Yeah, there's plenty of them. My favorite ones that are prized to me is I have a couple that say "Thou shalt not steal" on them. It's one of my favorite.
Oh
things.
yeah.
Phil, you can't use a milk crate. They are for KLRs only, says Scott Dennis.
And Liza's new rule is that you have to start at the back of the parade lap and pass anybody with a milk crate on their bike.
Right.
And I'm like, well, that's going to be challenge accepted because I've got a lot of really weird, super fast bikes that I can put a milk crate on.
Right.
That I can probably guarantee Liza's not going to be able to pass me at Mid-Ohio.
I think her idea was that if you have a milk crate, you are probably of a certain age and you're probably slow.
Yeah, but I have a Triumph TT600 fuel injected TT600 4-cylinder in my warehouse that has never broken free of the warehouse and is unencumbered by a title. I also have a fuel injected GSXR 600 in the warehouse that is unencumbered by a title.
I thought that had a title.
That one might.
Or
that
was that
in
the
rough
750?
shape. What?
Wasn't that the 750?
No, it's a GSXR 600.
Oh,
it's a blue and white.
You
one.
had a 750 too.
I've
didn't you?
I've got some sticky tires. I'll put them on Buddy and probably still wipe her ass with it.
Well, we don't want to get into a grudge match or anything, but I think a beautiful,
yes, we do.
a beautiful red and white a beautiful red and white Triumph TT 600R would look great, just fetching with a fucking milk crate on the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't have to spend money on new tires or anything. They're that battle-hardened 15-year-old rubber.
Yeah.
That's good. It's fantastic.
And once you get it hot, it'll be fine. Three laps
Well,
in.
we
One
found
time.
out when we took inappropriate bikes to the Blue Ridge Mountains, we found out that once you grind the first quarter inch off the rubber, the rest of it's pretty soft.
They hold in there pretty good.
It's like preserved under the outer layer.
It seriously is.
Yeah.
But you get really sticky rubber. But when you talk about like dissipating rubber, like the first layer took 3 days to get down to the good stuff. The next 2 days, I was down to like threads. Like it went.
Oh yeah, it's gone. Once you crack the seal, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun trip. Remember that one, John?
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the one. That was the one where I passed you right there. Yeah,
Yep, you did.
Enjoyed passing
Hey,
you.
where did Nick wreck?
Every trip.
It would be easier to talk about where he didn't wreck.
You know what? This is it's only funny. It's only funny. It's only funny because he ended up under the bus again.
He did. Yeah,
But I literally on that run, I was like, "Hey, don't follow me because I'm going to kind of hammer on this one." And everybody else was like, "Cool, whatever." And I'm gone. And then, yeah, he didn't do well. He did not.
I actually, because we had come from the bar,
Yeah.
and I took that as an opportunity to hang back with Mr. Smith. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make sure Mr. Smith has somebody to ride with, and I'm like, man.
See, I didn't drink, so I was ready to kill things.
What was Nick on?
Oh, the best part, a rental BMW.
Rider share.
And the guy that he rented it from was a safety instructor. And he went over the bike with Nick and was like telling him all this. And Nick is like, "Oh, no, I'm a very proper rider. I just don't do anything dumb." Which to his credit, he is a fairly lawful rider, you know? But
Hey,
yeah, he
by
just.
the way, craft services. Is this cantaloupe wrapped in prosciutto?
Correct.
it
And
is.
you actually have not got the.
Holy fuck.
No, there's.
It's amazing.
Oh God,
my
what is it?
mouth is like there's a party in my mouth.
There's
and
actually
everyone's coming.
there's a sauce that goes with that too.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, craft services.
I
is
can't
quite
do
amazing.
accents, so Phil, we need you here. Good morning, guys.
Top of the morning to you. Sorry, I had to do it.
He's got prosciutto in his pie.
Seriously. Good morning, guys. Quebec from Ireland joining.
2:15.
2:15 in the morning. That is literally bottom of the morning to you.
Good, get bottom of the morning to you.
Wow, man.
It's almost the dentist's favorite time of the day.
Oh, it's almost 2:30.
2:30.
And the problem is, anytime I do an Irish accent, it's just toy, toy, toy. Has anyone seen me Lucky Charms? It's like,
no.
It is the worst fucking Irish accent.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mr. O'Hagan will be the judge of that.
Yeah, well, pretty fucking
Sláinte.
sick.
He now hates us.
Sláinte. Wait, hey, hang on, everybody quiet. We have a sláinte. He put it back up, Sleepy.
Oh,
Sláinte.
really?
Sláinte.
Gotcha.
Oh, there we go. Sláinte. Yeah! Prost. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ah, my goodness.
I will say the
To our
pace-
wives and girlfriends, may they never meet. Yeah, Jesus, Mickey Christ.
We got to fire Dan.
No, we just got to fire that fucking mic cord is what we got to do.
I mean, the problem is Dan literally has not been able to chime in because of that freaking microphone.
Yeah, but he can. It's just fire the mic cable. I thought we
Well,
fixed this
did.
problem last week.
We did. And then today that mic cable decided
Well,
that
we just don't know where it's plugged in. That's all. This
I-
would all be fixed with little pieces of tape with numbers on them.
I agree.
Okay, and that will happen next week.
How many times do we have to tell you?
Fucking goddamn it, sound man.
Jesus.
All right.
Hey, we did okay until we had to pack everything up and go to a museum.
Yeah,
so that's
true.
kind of what happened.
That's
there.
true. And today in the mail, I received a very interesting correspondence.
So getting back on
and you
topic
can
of
tell
motorcycles.
it's real correspondence because it sounds like correspondence.
What
And it
magazine?
had a stamp on it.
What
and
Tinny
everything.
magazine did that get ripped out of the back of?
Very special show.
You got sent a
Okay.
trifold.
I got sent a trifold and it was in an envelope, so it's not junk mail. Okay, so here's the thing. You know, we've been talking a wee bit for about 15 years about the invasion of Chinese motorcycles into our world. We also talked to Wendy Crockett, who had all the horsepower escape the motorcycle she was trying to ride on the Iron Butt through a violent distribution of explosions.
A moment of violence.
Yes, a moment of sudden violence and heat caused things to not work anymore. And so we're all sitting here, and you cannot ignore the goddamn elephant in the room, and that is that Kawasaki and that BMW and that KTM and that all of the people, including Harley fucking Davidson, who has just announced their $6,000 entry level motorcycle. And if you think that cocksucker's not going to come from China, you are deluded.
It might be India.
Have you seen the people talking
Not with
about
these
it?
tariff rates.
Oh my
Fair.
God, dude. All the Harley YouTube channels are guys are like, what are you doing, Harley? You think we need this bike? Ah.
We'll talk about their new CEO in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's their Hail Mary to save the fucking company.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Remember Aramaki?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a letter I got in the mail. Now, I'm just for the people playing at home. QJMotor. You've heard us talk about QJMotor before. We have had QJMotors here. We have the SRV 302 here. It's a cruiser bike. It's belt drive. It's got 8 valves. It's fuel injected. It's liquid cooled. It's a shit hot little motorcycle if your world says you can only have 302 cc's. But it was a really, really finely made, nicely put together bike. Sweet. Awesome. No problem. QJMotor also are the people that built all the Benelli bikes. That's right. If you ride a motorcycle and it says the word Benelli on the side, it came from QJMotor. And we know a lot of people that have put a decent fucking number of miles on Benellis and they don't blow up. They generally make it home and people go, that was a good bike at a good price and I'm happy I bought it.
Nothing fell off.
Nothing fell off. The piston's still inside where God put it. We're good. Okay.
Did they also produce the Rascal for SSR or no?
Ooh, I do not think that was a QJ.
Okay. Because I know my title, it was some crazy name. I couldn't pronounce it.
Like
Started with a Q.
Zhejiang Ding Dong Quing
Well,
Gong.
it started with a Q and it had a J somewhere in the middle.
Quing Jang.
Yeah, something to that effect.
Bashan Astro Aeronautical,
That's
which
the
is
one.
still my freaking favorite.
That's fucking great. Well, how's your space program? Ask Bashan Astro Aeronautical. What do you make? Do you make the spaceship? No, we make the parts that make the spaceship better.
Yes.
Okay. So I got this correspondence today, and I couldn't help but notice that this correspondence is from a company, and we're going to bring it up so there's no cats out of any bags here. This company is called Transpro. Transpro, not Transbro.
Right.
Yeah, that's an entirely different thing.
Totally different thing.
We're introducing it next year at Mid-Ohio.
Transbro is totally different,
Transpro.
man. And this is Transpro. This is when your Transbro has gone pro, right? This is Transpro.
That's
and it says
entirely different category on Pornhub.
Transpro, you're a professional trans, importer and wholesaler with a registered trademark. Yay. So, and it says now available at transprous.inc. So, to clarify, the first thing is their website looks like you did it with, like, I don't know, 1989 or 1992 version website builder plus WordPress. It's bad. It's really fucking bad.
I built the website for the Lake Erie Loop many years ago, and one kid was like, it looks like somebody got out of jail in 1985 and built a website.
That's exactly where we're at with this. Okay.
Now.
But I don't want to hate down on them.
92-ish.
I don't want to hate down on them because their website's cheap. No, it's fine. Okay.
No, it's the
fair
bikes
enough.
that are cheap.
Now, here's the thing. I am currently a Benelli dealer. Check. I am currently a QJMotor dealer. Check. So everything I'm about to say is not some bullshit I pulled out of my fucking ass. These are real things that exist as a dealer, and I'm going to share them with you, you fucking consumers. Okay? Now, the lead here in this story, I'm not going to talk about the Benelli TNT 135 in a slightly different packaging called the SRF 135 that they have listed for $1,575.
What the fuck? Is that a wholesale price or public price?
Well, everything on this piece of paper says wholesale pricing, but nowhere on here does it ask for my dealer ID. It's a piece of paper.
That's insane.
It's going to get better. Because remember, they're not selling it to me at $0 profit.
Right.
Right? They're getting their beak wet.
Right.
So if they're getting their beak wet at $1,575. What does it cost to build and transport to the United States and still have enough money left over for the profit margin part of the game to them to be able to sell it to me for $1,575?
Is there some kind of is there a catch in this thing or something? Like, have you talked to your distributor? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
So the first thing I did was talk to my distributor, who's the top of their website uses the following language. SSR Motors, the U.S. distributor for QJMotor.
Right.
Okay. Well, when you say something like, we are the official U.S. distributor for QJMotor, that would tell me that you and QJ have had a discussion and you are in a monogamous relationship.
Right.
Unfortunately, SSR, I believe QJ been sleeping around.
Yep. Polyamory has entered the chat.
Polyamory has definitely entered the fucking chat. So the bike we're going to talk about is the bike everybody wants to talk. And if you're not talking about it, you should be talking about it. And that is the SRT 800 SX. Go ahead and Sleepy, bring it up on the screen. Okay. Why is this bike important? Well, it's important because it's 91 fucking horsepower. It's important because it's a 2-cylinder, 8-valve, dual overhead cam, liquid-cooled motor. It's important because it's wet plate clutch. It's 6-year transmission. It's 124 miles per hour. It's important for all of those reasons. Now, Sleepy, pick that piece of paper up I threw at you and tell me what price they have on that paper for this 800cc, 91 horsepower motorcycle.
Oh, man, I got to tell people I can't read.
Top right corner.
Okay, I know. Okay.
All right.
$6,175.
For an 800.
That's insane.
That is insane. That's insane. Now, this is not a motorcycle that nobody's ever fucking heard of before. Cycle World in May did an entire fucking multi-page article about this thing, raving about how goddamn good it was. That's a real motorcycle that exists. Now, up until I got that piece of correspondence in the mail, if you have asked me and somebody said, I really want to buy this QJ 800cc motorcycle, I would sell, well, get on the horn and call your local SSR dealer, because as an SSR dealer, they are a QJMotor dealer and they have access to this big, magnificent cocksucker. Okay? The SRT 800 SX is not on SSR's website. The only thing on SSR's website, which is a better website, I might add, is a 2023 750 at $8,400. So at well over $2,300 more money, less CCs, and a 2-year older version of the same motorcycle.
Is this the SRV 300, the one that we rode? It
is exactly the one that we rode.
Dude, I mean, like, no disrespect, but like 3,000, I would buy that all day long for 3,000. This is fucking crazy.
This is fucking crazy.
That's kind of the conversation we had, because you're now looking at a secondary distributor of dubious design. Because back in the day, Phil was a Bajaj dealer. And then there was this guy in like Rochester who imported a container load of Bajaj, Cheetah, and Legend 150s. Now, because I can't remember, Kovites.
Al Kovitis was the CEO of Bajaj USA.
He had imported a bunch of legal Bajaj, Cheetahs, and Legends.
Yeah, something like 10,000 of them.
And had gotten all of the paperwork done, EPA and everything else. And because this guy was piggybacking on his paperwork, he thought, I'll do this thing. And he was selling them at $700 a pop, where Al was selling them at almost $3,000.
He wasn't piggybacking on any Bajaj USA paperwork. He was bringing motorcycles in brand new, illegally into the United States under their scooters, not motorcycles clause, paying $749 a pop for them in India. They did not have electric starters.
Yeah.
They did not have any of the USA shit that makes them USA shit.
I still miss mine.
Okay. All right. But they also did not have MCOs or DOT or EPA or NHTSA approval. And this guy brought in a couple of containers of them and advertised them super aggressively at $14.99. which then made everybody go, well, then why would I pay $1,000 more for the one that comes from San Francisco with the electric start?
And this is almost the exact same situation.
Now,
are these MCO or are these titled? What is going on
So
here?
Sleepy, if you could pull that piece of paper out again for me and look up the SRV 300, if you don't mind.
Let's send it over to Matt. He's
Send
holding
it to Matt. Matt, you're looking at the SRV 300. It's a cruiser bike in the bottom. And what is the price they're charging for that SRV 300?
The SRV 300 chain driven is $3,035. The belt driven is $3,185.
So for $3,100, belt driven, fuel injected, 8-valve liquid cooled bike. $3,100.
The one that we rode.
Pull that image up on the screen right now. That bike on SSR's website, the authorized U.S. importer for QJ Motors, is $4,999.
Still a fair deal.
It's a great deal.
Yeah.
That is a great deal at $5,000, but that's a delta of $1,900. That is a $1,900 difference between what that company is selling them for and what we would be retailing those bikes for.
I don't see how, and like, there's got to be something to it because, like,
So if
when we had that bike, when you brought it here,
Yeah.
we were like, and you told us the price, we were like, I would pay that all day long.
Of course you would. It's a great deal.
Yeah.
What I hope this is bringing into sharp focus is two things. One, if you don't think your dollar goes further in China because that company is selling you that bike that we thought was a sword dig deal at $5,000,
Right.
they're selling that bike, at least right now, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, that they really are going to look at your dealer application and they're really going to make sure that you're not a guy just selling bikes out of his backyard, right?
Yeah.
Because I was alive and Tom was alive, and we remember very vividly in 2006 when Vento and all these other fucking scumbags.
Vento, Tank, Red Streak, you name it. They had everything.
Do you want me to send an email since I have the Moto Stories thing and be like, hey, I haven't sold bikes, but I'm kind of interested in picking up a few?
So they were sending containers of bikes to people that were selling them at flea markets.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
They weren't being real careful on the whole. Let's see your business license. Let's see your dealer's license number.
And then those people have no reason to sell them at MAP pricing or MSRP. So then you're fucked. But what do you do?
So you take the price that you're looking at and you add 900 to it because why not? I want to make $900 every time I sell a box from China. You sell them unassembled at the flea market. In the cardboard box.
No service, no warranty, no parts.
No title.
No title. And the MSO is a piece of paper on the side of the box that you take off the side of the box and take it to the title bureau and go, oh, here's the MCO. Give me a title. And yes, I promise you, friends, we had title officers, title agents here in the state of Ohio producing thousands of titles for the cardboard that was cut out of the side of the box that had the word MCO printed on it with the VIN. Because the people at the title bureau were just overrun by this shit.
Am I allowed to legally say wildfire?
You can.
Okay.
We proved in court that it was a scam. It's probably the one thing we are standing on the best ground ever.
Yeah.
Because a judge said, no, everything you said about them was true, even though it hurt them. So they can't sue you for libel because everything you said was true.
My favorite is
painful.
My favorite is still Baja, where AutoZone was like, we're going to sell scooters. And everybody went, no.
So I wasn't paying attention to anything you were saying.
Good job. Thanks, Tom.
But this is, I don't, the SRK 600 RC for 5,800. So this is like, but they're saying QJ Motorsports.
They're QJ.
It is QJ.
Yeah.
What was the model, John?
The SRK 600 4-cylinder. That's a V4.
It's a V4.
What?
Right.
But that's not. But that's the price. I didn't think they were that cheap from QJ.
So is it a V4?
Yeah, that's a 4-cylinder. I believe it's a V4. The SRK 600 RC. Their sport racing bike is
Inline.
It's inline 4.
Oh, it's an inline 4. Yeah. Oh, maybe there was a different one that was a V4. Then
I mean, regardless, it's a lot of bike for that.
It's still
price.
a lot of bike for $6,800.
Right.
Dude, for a track bike that you just want to fucking throw around or something like that? Come on.
Well, again, now we're coming into stop. I want you to put on your fucking skeptic's hat right now and quit telling me what a great deal this is.
Well, it's because I know there's a shenanigans at play here.
Because remember, they're not selling it to you at $1 profit. They are a business. They are going to be selling it to you at some margin for them to stay in business. Now, bad news, folks. The companies that I represent expect me to be able to survive by buying a bike from them and selling the bike at 11% profit margin. The guys who don't even open the boxes, the guys who have the container emptied out in their warehouse and then they ship it out in another truck, they don't even open the box, they don't even look inside, they're making 20 to 30% margin. They're doing a hell of a lot less work than we're doing, and they're getting 3 times the margin we're getting. So take that price, deduct 30% from it, and you probably have a pretty good idea what they paid for it. Okay? And even being, barely got out of high school, bad math skills, if you look at a bike that they're selling for $2,000, right, they're probably paying about $13 or $14 for it, landed in the United States of America. And then they're going to have the balls to charge the dealer or the recipient freight because it does have to go from their box to your box.
Well, and here's the other question. With SSR, where are you getting bikes from?
California.
Okay. These guys are in New Jersey.
They're in Jersey.
Right?
Yeah.
I could see why it's attractive to people who aren't going to think any further into it, just on the freight cost difference.
Well, I will refer you to the Highlander.
Yeah.
There can be only one exclusive U.S. distributor for a product.
These guys are like Dinosaur Jr. fucking.
Dude, I did a deep dive on their product list, and they are literally the guys that showed up at Indy Dealer Expo with a booth with a scooter, a motorcycle, a lawnmower, some rollerblades, a remote control helicopter, a lawnmower, some garden shears, and some work clothes.
Dude, dirt bikes, kids' toys, motor toys, Toys E's, scooters, gas scooters, ATVs. Like
so if you've ever wondered how you end up with a sword deck deal, this is how you end up with a sword deck.
Sleepy?
Yes, sir.
Pull up the screen right now.
There you go.
The company that claims to be an authorized U.S. distributor of QJMotor, one of the world's largest motorcycle manufacturers, is also selling the items you see on your screen right meow. They are literally children's battery-powered ride-on toys from China. A replica BMW HP4 motorcycle, licensed, a BMW i4, licensed, or L4, Bentley Bacalar, licensed, right? I'm really sure they're paying those licensing fees to Bentley and BMW.
They're also all sold out, so maybe those pictures are just there to get you excited.
They probably are.
Hey,
fair enough.
Feel these nipples.
Right.
Because like the Yokomoto looks more like the shit that I see at like the AIM show and all those booths.
Pull the screen up.
It's up.
This is what else they sell. Fake Oxford locks.
Knockoff kryptonites.
Knockoff kryptonites, right?
You got metal knee guards down there.
They sell knockoff every goddamn thing. This is China gone wild, okay? You want one of those motorcycle wind mask skulls? Those are sold out right now, okay?
Damn.
But this is my point. Do you believe that this company, Transpro,
They just buy Temu and then sell it.
is
on their
Transpo actually representing QJMotor?
I don't think.
I'm having a hard time believing it.
Me too. So I had a 30-minute conversation with a delightful lady in New Jersey today, and English was not her first language. And we are in the process of getting signed up with Transpro only to prove that it can be done and to find out how long in the fraudulent process will you get, how deep will you get, or is like what Tom and I lived through, is this real? And the people of China have gone, wow, Americans are really not buying our shit right now. QJ Motors, this massive, massive company that builds bikes for air damn body, is saying our sales have dropped 80, 90% to the USA. We need what is known as any port in a storm. So if you have a pulse and you'll take 6 bikes, I will sell you these 6 bikes at a price that I normally sell them to SSR, the U.S. distributor for QJ, that we have legally binding documents that say they are. But I'll sell them to Timmy at the flea market for the same price I'll sell them to SSR. That, I think, might be what's happening here. Now we have to say, I happen to be, this is Future Me, and Future Me is the owner of one of these SRK 700s or, the QJ 800 SRT. Where do I get my parts from? Lady I talked to on the phone today says, we're shipping bikes, but our parts haven't arrived yet. Okay? That was part of the phone call I had today. We're shipping bikes, but the parts haven't arrived yet. What do you do when Trans Pro bros, right? When they go out of business or they're determined to be a scam, just like all the names Tom mentioned in 2006, when they're all scams and they're all out of business and either in jail or running off to Cabo with their money, right? What do you do to get support? What do you do to back it up?
What about this? Remember like the guys that we talked about a couple weeks ago selling this shit out of the truck, right?
Yep.
Well, when they didn't assemble it right, or the dude that they sold it to didn't assemble it right and the wheel fell off, they were going 7 miles an hour and they go, oh, damn.
Right.
You're on an 800cc.
You're going 124 miles an hour.
And like you put this, like you're a 22-year-old kid that was like, oh, I can afford this. And like you get a crate and you have to put together an 800cc bike and now you're going out on the road.
So you're hitting pavement at 93 miles an hour. The last word to go through your head is heat treating ?
Yeah.
There's probably no warranty whatsoever with these either.
Well, my point is that if you acknowledge that Trans Pro is a real company and it's not fake, and they are really going to sell bikes to people they actually vet as dealers, what is going to happen to a reliable parts source like SSR? When SSR thought they had exclusive contract, because I'm going to tell you, if you think your contract with China is anything other than a fictitious fantasy fever dream to keep you happy and make you order more shit, you are wrong. China will fuck you for one bike more than your last order.
Or
right?
they'll do it for anything. When I was in the radio control industry, these guys, same kind of thing, same kind of shit happens. They'd see, oh my God, the plane that they sell for $2,000, you can buy for $300, right?
Yep.
They didn't realize that once that door shuts on that fucking container, you own what's ever in it and they don't give a fuck about it.
Correct.
So like if you get it and like 90% of your shit is crushed, that's too fucking bad. You know, and it just makes it worse. So then the guys would, like the airplane guys would buy like 20 extra planes to have parts. But then so many of them got fucked up on the way there that they had no parts. And so they just sell the planes out. And then sure enough, they go out of business. And then, you know, it's just like the scooter stuff, another cycle of the same
QJMotor. Does QJMotor want to have one U.S. distributor called SSR? And SSR handles everything, and they're legit, and they back up the product, and they handle the warranty. They got the website. We order parts from them all the time. It works great. They actually do a fucking great job at what they do. Do they want to have one distributor that does it right? Or do they want to have 30 distributors that they don't give a fuck if they do it right, as long as the containers arrive and are paid for? Mm-hmm. Well, I think the answer is, as our friend Phil McCaleb used to say, they learned how to count, but they didn't learn how to care. That's the Chinese thing. He said they taught him how to count, but they didn't teach him how to care. And that was something that he learned in this industry 25 years ago, is you might get a better price, but they will rat fuck you in a second. And if all of a sudden you're like, hey, I need these parts, I need these motors, I need the support items. And they go, well, we got a good deal from your competitor on the other side of the country, so we don't have any to send you. We send them all to that guy. Maybe you should make a deal with that guy and buy some from them. I feel that the Chineseification of everything has gotten to the point where we have already seen clones of clones.
No, yeah.
We have seen literally the meta universe where somebody is riding a Sazami or what was that? Suzuki, the Suzaki?
Yeah, Suzuki Yamaha, whatever.
It was like
almost all of them,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, this is a clone of a Yamaha motorcycle.
A Yamakaze.
Right. And you're looking at it and you're like, oh my God. In the first version, they just took a Yamaha bike, made it look alike, and they put their pushrod engine in it. And then 20 feet further down in the AIM Expo, we see a booth that has a copy of that shitty bike for one pay scale lower. What I'm concerned about is Americans are, at this time of crisis, driven by buying something for the lowest possible price. And what I fear is what happens to us at the shop at least 4 times a week, where somebody shows up with something and we're like, just straight up, where did you get this hot garbage?
Yeah.
what fucking devil man sold you this shit? I'm not even mad that you bought it. I'm impressed it was allowed to leave China.
The VIP limited edition.
Yes to all the above.
That is the most, because it is the Kimco Cobra Cross with a GY6 150 motor.
Yeah,
and it is the most prolific 150 that has ever hit these shores.
Except for, pull it up, these pieces of shit.
The Hawk.
Okay. The Hawk 200. The Hawk 200. Hawk 200. In this particular iteration, called the Striker X. And this time with, and I shits thou not, street legal, off-road, fuel-injected dirt bike. Yeah. Okay. Front and rear brakes. EPA certification. And if you believe that, you deserve this piece of shit.
Yeah, but you know what I'm excited about?
What are you excited about?
If all these things are starting to get fuel injection, that means we're going to be able to snag some and start putting it on some other shit.
Sure. If you want to get the stators made for the piece of shit you're putting it on.
All right.
Because until the company that is making said fuel injection system decides to copy the piece of shit you have, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Until the Chinese guys go, we need a replica CB350.
I was thinking the same thing.
Parallel two-cylinder.
Please.
No, they won't, because it's too fucking expensive to build.
Pop up a CB750 cylinder with fuel injection.
Right. They just keep getting closer. More cylinders, more cylinders, more cylinders. All the VFR guys are like, you said V4 500? You said V4 700? That means I can have fuel injection on my Interceptor.
There's going to be magnet guys out there just like doing this.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh my God. The second I see some fling poo company coming out with a V4 700, we're like, oh, yeah, there's going to be stators being just hammered off of motorcycles, right? There are going to be ignition systems being thrown on garage floors. But the point is, in order for you to get that trans fucking migratory bullshit,
sign me up for a Sky Team CB750.
yeah, no shit, right? Oh, bring it on. Because then I can take the fun part, the electronic ignition. I can take the fuel injection, and I can just put that. And that's why, no joke, I was so attracted to the G400C, because the G400C is only 2 levels of separation from my Honda GB500. Interesting. I would really like to have fuel injection on my Honda GB500, right?
You could probably almost accomplish that right now.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So, but this bullshit, like these, I've got 900,000 views on my YouTube channel because I bought the world's cheapest 200cc dirt bike on Amazon. I bought Walmart's cheapest. Look, yes, they're out there. It costs you less money to buy the fucking dumb shit bike than the money YouTube is going to pay you for saying how great it is.
Dude, there was a kid. He's a nice kid. He's like very genuine and nice. He has a YouTube channel. And he bought...
Sounds like you know him personally.
No, I watch it and he says, no, but he just comes off as a kid that's just like, hey, I'm filming myself. I'm not trying to be something, which I like. But anyways, he bought one of these things and he had it delivered at the first Walmart. He bought it from Walmart. It was $2,200 for a 250cc sport bike.
Alaska.
He had it delivered there and he did all of Alaska.
I watched it.
And the tire, like 3/4 of the way up, the front rim split in half.
Whoa, what?
It separated down the middle.
That should not ever happen.
Yeah. Like he was worried about all this other shit. And then what ended up happening was the wheels separated in half.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. And he got lucky. A car went by, but it was a cool story. The kid's really nice and genuine, but it was like, I was surprised it lasted that long.
But cautionary tale.
Yeah.
I have been to Alaska.
Yeah.
I have driven in Alaska. The roads ain't as bad as they used to be.
No, but they're not good.
But Alaska is big, but it is only so big. And you said halfway.
Like 3/4 of the way.
Okay. So how many miles were on this bike when his rim decided to become a split rim?
Less than 500.
Okay. Stop. That's the end of the video.
Yeah.
This motorcycle will kill you at 500 miles of normal use.
Normal
was he
off-roady use? I mean, he was on that highway with the washboard shit and
Yeah,
stuff.
I've been there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But still,
I was there on a VFR 700.
Isn't that called the Alcan or something?
Yes,
The Alcan is
Highway.
right. So this is my point, is that road is no different than the nicest road in India.
True.
It is no different than the nicest road in Vietnam. I've been on it. Yeah, it's got washboards. Sure, it does. It's fine, right? Go 5 miles an hour slower. You'll be cool. If your rim splits in half, 90% of the time, that is death, right? If the bike can go 50 miles an hour, who wants to sign up to be the next test monkey? You get to pick your gear, and you're going to go out on the road at 50 miles an hour, and we're going to split the rim for you at 50 miles an hour on the front end of your motorcycle.
No, because it's not it's not just a flat. You know, like a flat you can control a little bit.
Ish.
But if your wheel's split, that's got to be
all the air comes out in 1 nanosecond.
Yeah.
Your rim is now split.
Well, and that's the thing is like, you know, when the flat tire,
right,
is at least like the tubeless,
right,
the sidewalls are thick enough that you'll feel it and, you know, whatever, but you're probably not going to crash.
I've had a few front end blowouts.
Yeah. And you're not going down, but man, with the rim gone too, now you got a sloppy tire and then a wheel that's sloppy. That's going to be real hard to hold up.
The 4 parts of a motorcycle that should never, ever fail under any circumstances, are the rims, the axles, the frame, and the swing arm. Because if those parts fail, you usually really, really, really get hurt. Super duper really get hurt.
Yeah.
You can lose the front suspension. I've had front suspension. I've hit a bump and the front suspension went down and it didn't come back up again. That's weird, but I lived through it, right? I've had suspension where everything went away in the front suspension and I was on pogo stick springs. That's fine. I channeled my inner fucking Italian. It was cool. I dealt with it.
That's most of the bikes I've had.
I've had the rear shocks break the posts.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you're just riding on the back.
You're right on the back tire. It comes to a remarkably subtle stop.
Yeah.
Right?
That's that lowering kit that
the instant lowering kit.
A couple of weeks ago that we did, and I was like, "Why is this not working?"
I can't imagine why it's not working.
And it was just at that weird angle.
It was
just shocked
interference.
everything.
Yeah,
You know what'll throw you off though?
Yeah.
It was scary as fuck. Coming down off a wheelie and breaking off your clip-on.
Yeah.
You land hard
done
and your
that.
clip-on goes like this and you're like, fuck. And like, now you're in gear, so your clutch is engaged. How do you fucking engage everything? It's so
in the best days of Dime City Cycles, one of the customers brought a bike into our shop, a little cute, little adorable CB400 or CB450 cafe racer. And he brought this bike in, and I was just like, front to back, I was like, the entire thing was just a stack of Dime City Cycles receipts, right? Like he basically took the bike, cut the ass off of it, and started buying shit from Dime City. And so we were taking it out and test riding it, just enjoying the neighborhood with it, not doing anything weird. And so I got done doing the test ride. I brought it back in, and the guy had taken the side stand off the bike, and the bike only had a center stand. So the bike only had a center stand. And since he'd cut the back loop off the frame, you couldn't lift up on the tail section because that was plastic, right? If you lifted up on the tail section, the whole seat came off in your hand. It was only held on by Velcro. So I was like, oh shit, I need to put this bike up on the center stand. I will stand on the center stand as you do. I will pull back on the handlebars, and both of the handlebars broke off in my hands. Yeah. Not one, but 2 handlebars literally broke at the welds. I was holding in my hands 2 control systems devoid of forks. And I was like, holy fuck. And so me being who I am, called Dime City and said, hey guys, pro tip. And they said, well, they're not meant to be pulled up upon.
What the fuck?
Didn't he read the insert?
And I said, wait a second. Your answer to this is that I did something wrong. Well, yeah, it's clearly user error.
Yeah.
And I went, no.
You placed a stress on their welds.
Welds work both ways, pal.
Yeah.
Right? A down weld and an up weld should be working equally well. Right? And I'm like, no, this is garbage bullshit
You should never
Chinese
be able to break
craftsmanship.
handlebars with your bare hands.
Ever on the planet, ever. Or bend them, right? Ever. And I was so angry at the guy. And he goes, well, did you read the disclaimer on the website and the box? And I went, disclaimer? And he goes, yeah. He goes, read the disclaimer on the website in the box. And if you feel like you want to, call us back. And so I couldn't find the box because the bike was in my shop. So I went on their website and it said literally all of our products are for show use and off-road use only. None of our products are DOT approved or claimed to be DOT approved. These are all just fashion accessories, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I believe it is fuck you, you fucking fuck.
I believe it is called the caveat emptor clause.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
So 2 things.
Yes.
Number 1, we have hit 42. Get your towels. 42 in the chat.
Oh.
And number 2, Swear Engine has a question and paid $10 to get an answer.
Swear Engine! All right, here we go. Okay. David Swearengin. $10 question, David. $10. Make you holla. I got a question. My Calibro bagger is making a weird noise at exactly 3,000 RPM. Best way to describe the sound is a dry bearing spinning fast. Or it could be a sound that vibrates the exhaust header. Bing, 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 bing. I am going to tell you that I am betting if it is a dry bearing spinning fast, that bearing is going to be deep, deep, deep inside of the motor. And it's going to be a dry bearing spinning fast is going to be inside the motor, and it's going to be obscured by the liquid cooling and all the other things that are happening around it. However, something vibrating at a particular harmonic frequency. I had the pleasure of taking a bike out for a test ride, and at a certain RPM, I heard this, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And if I went faster, the noise went away. Mm-hmm. And then I'd slow down again, and it was the fucking heat shroud. It was the heat shroud on the exhaust.
Sympathetic vibration.
On a brand goddamn new bike.
Now, I will also say, since Swear Engine has the Calibro.
Yeah, Calibro.
The one thing I will say is, okay, bring it by.
Yeah, bring it by the shop. But more importantly, put the bike in a safe configuration, not leaning against your Ming vase, right? Have your bike pointed in a safe direction, maybe with the front tire pressing against the garage wall or what have you. Make sure the bike is in neutral or have a helper. And then very slowly bring the bike up to that 3,000 RPMs. And when the bike is at 3,000 RPMs and neutral, if you hear the noise, awesome. Now, with a gloved hand, so you don't burn your tootsies, burn your little fingies, start pressing on things. And you will find the piece of hardware that has loosened. And it'll probably be, if I could be so bold, it'll probably be a split washer, a lock washer, spinning in rotation on a nut that has backed itself off.
Heat shields love to vibrate.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, heat shields are just noise makers.
Rubber mounted.
Yeah, heat shields love to make noise. And we've also had Moto Guzzi's that have the 2 bolts that hold the collars on the exhaust headers, where those 2 bolts seem to back themselves out no matter how much Loctite you put on them. And they do, I promise. I've been there, done that.
Well, in today's world of...
What's the difference between a Moto Guzzi and a Honda? Huh? Hondas use lock washers. It's a dumb joke. The joke is, what's the difference between Chevy and GMC?
Hey, Chris Smith.
Chevy's use lock washers.
Chris Smith, we're not paying $5 for that.
Yeah, it's all right. It's fair.
But in today's, I'm going to say the word, in today's world of enshittification,
yes,
it pays to go over every bolt on your bike, no matter who makes it.
Of course. And this is...
Because right now is every company in the world, I don't care who you are. It can be Lamborghini and Ferrari. They're going to enshittify that fucking thing.
Guess whose turn signal fell off his fucking BMW R9T with less than 1,000 miles on it?
Exactly.
Because the guy at the factory did not adjust it, install it, tighten it correctly.
The guy
McGregor's?
His fucking bike.
Right.
Yeah.
And so everything these days is made to a fucking shittification point.
And had I gotten that bike and I'd spent 45 minutes just going around every piece of hardware on it and saying, okay, this bike has, 600 miles on it. It's time for this to happen. And I did that. It would be fine. Instead, I caught this weird thing going out of my peripheral vision. And then the next time I hit my right turn signal, my right turn signal illuminated my inner thigh and shoe, right? Not exactly where I expected it to be. Now, that's a minor thing, but it caused me to do what? To, one, go find another bolt in my fucking hardware bucket.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it caused me to look over the rest of the motorcycle and find the other 97 pieces of nuts and bolts and hardware that had vibrated loose through their first 75 heat cycles.
So I learned something from work recently that I kind of knew, but it was an interesting way of hearing it. And that's torque specs are actually the Loctite of the parts. So if it says 30 foot-pounds of torque, when you give it 30 foot-pounds of torque, there's a good chance that bolt's not going to come loose for a long time.
Right.
So I started, know that we all use torque wrenches and stuff on our stuff. And I'm thinking about all these people buying these bikes that don't really have a lot of knowledge. And then you start talking to these younger kids and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to go home and I'm going to torque spec all my bolts before I go to the track. And they're like, do what?
Yeah.
And then you say, I'm going to use a torque wrench. And they're like a ratchet or something. And you're like, no, a torque, like it tells you how much I've never heard of that. And you're just like, oh,
just get your impactor out and go over all of it.
Just a couple of
3 or 4 seconds on there.
I have a 1/4-inch drive and I have a 1-inch Dugga Dugga.
So in Piaggio's manuals, they will give you a torque spec plus so many degrees.
Yes. And that's not just fucking Piaggio, baby.
No.
That is every bike I ever got trained on.
To 15 and then plus so many degrees.
45 degrees.
Yeah,
right.
That's common.
And what I was trained to do is you tighten it just before it breaks. And that is the rule, is you tighten it until you feel like, well, this is going to snap if I tighten it too much.
That's 2 Duggas.
That's 2 Duggas.
Yeah.
But the reality is you
game.
cannot teach somebody tighten it until it breaks.
Right.
No.
You can't do it. It is all feel, but that's really the way it is. You tighten it down and you go, okay, if I do this anymore, I'm going to strip this thing out and I'm going to fucking tap it.
See, if I have a delicate bolt and I don't know the torque spec, I go to the next ratchet size down. So that way I don't have enough torque to fuck myself.
Well, I was always told that one finger is 10
Pounds.
10 pounds. Thank you. 10 pounds of torque.
Really?
It's hard to break a bolt with a quarter drive.
One finger on a quarter-inch drive is 10 pounds.
Right.
If you have to push harder than one finger will do, it's 15 and then 20. But if you have to use more than one finger, you're doing more than 10 pounds.
All right. Good to know.
You have to be careful because a lot of manufacturers are incorporating into their motorcycles TTY. If you guys know, TTY is torque to yield, and TTY or TY hardware. And when you see that stuff, it is by definition a one-time use thing.
Yeah.
And the installation of them, it's bonkers when I am on a modern bike, just doing my hey, I see that as an M6 fastener. I know that I'm going to go after this with 18 pounds-feet of torque or whatever. And I'll just go after it. And all of a sudden, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I didn't look. That's a TTY fastener. Okay. You torque it until it yields. Right. And that is how the fastener is making sure, based on its metallurgy, based on the way it's designed, that it only can take the right torque. It takes the torque until it fucking yields.
How does that work?
It's because of the design of the fastener. It is a sacrificial one-time use fastener that in the application of force of said fastener, the factory that's building the thing doesn't need to give a fuck about how many torques are going at it or how many spins it's doing. They literally can put it on until the device putting it on doesn't feel resistance anymore and goes stop.
Everything's a security head. Just tighten it up till the head snaps off. And
pretty much.
There you go.
Yep. So they come off great, but they don't go back on again. Or if they go back on again, they don't do their job.
I hate bolts on cars like that. Like when you're working on the engine and it's a fucking bolt that has a stretch thread.
Well,
but maybe the bolt or the manual, whatever you're looking at, doesn't tell you that. So you think you're just going to pop it back in there and you're like, what the fuck is going on with this thing?
Try using stainless. It's the worst. You get one little nick in it and it galls and it's like, okay, you got to cut this 1 inch.
You got to cut this out. Yeah, it's got to come out. When this was a thing that used to be something that wasn't really big in the Japanese motorcycle community, and now it's super big in the Japanese motorcycle community. I had a 2019 Suzuki that I was working on, and it was driving me fucking crazy because it was a one-time nut, and it literally, and it was also 55 Newton meters, which is 40, give or take, pounds-feet of torque.
Somewhere in there.
So 40 foot-pounds. And so I went ahead and I always Loctite. Anything that's life important, I Loctite. And I mean, either the blue or the purple or, green Loctite, because I will someday.
Now there's orange.
I like the orange. Yeah, it tastes better than
there was a loose nut on that. There was a loose nut on that BMW that rolled in here.
No, that was just sleepy.
That was just me.
Well, I'm going to tell you that I put that fucking thing on and I did not know that it was a one-time use. And so I put it on as a one-time use, and it's a hanger on the frame for the engine. And so I was going to, for my SV, my track day bike. And so I was going to put some sliders on it. So I took the bolt out and I was like, oh, that's cool. You know, I'm going to pull this out, pull that out, put my sliders on, and I went to put that bolt back in. And when I put that bolt back in, that cocksucker wouldn't thread in. Like no matter what, it was battling me. And I was like, what the hell is going wrong? But the good news is at least it said TTY on the head of the bolt. So what I thought were like the grade 6 or the grade 8 markings were actually, put your glasses on, dumbass. They're actually telling you that it's a torque to yield bolt. And so you literally can only use that one fucking time. Right. And
no, is there any problem of replacing that with just a normal fucking bolt?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right, good.
No, your threads are the threads that the factory put in there. You're totally fine. The idea would be that you could not, designing the bolt, it's a really smart thing, is that the hardware that could crack your engine cases, the hardware that could damage your frame, cannot. Because you can't run that fucker hard enough that it's going to rip the threads out of your engine cases. But because that's a thing that happens.
Totally. But if you're using your torque wrench in the garage, then you can just slap your nice good bolts in there.
Exactly.
Right.
So that is exactly it. And that's one of those things when that situation presented itself to me, I was like, the thing that's the bane of my existence in the world of Audis and BMWs and fancy cars now exists on shitty Japanese motorcycles. Because an SV650 is not a deluxe cool piece of transportation. No, it is like the second worst motorcycle you can buy from Suzuki. Right. Because the Dr. Z still exists.
GSF.
Right, exactly. Right. There is a GSF 500 still on the planet. They will never quit making that motorcycle.
So to loop it all kind of back to the whole Trans Pro thing a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say these QJs actually make it to someone. Right. If one rolls into your shop and it has a warranty issue. Right. But it did not come through SSR. Your warranty currently is filed through SSR as the US. Yeah. So they're then going to have to maintain a VIN list, right? Correct. Because they're not going to want to pay out warranty on someone else's imported bike.
And they do.
What a nightmare.
Yeah. And that's a big thing for people that don't do this for a living. Just to kind of give you the heads up. The way these things work is every time we sell a motorcycle, this actually just came up. Every time we sell a motorcycle, by the requirement of our dealer contract, we are to activate the warranty on that motorcycle within 48 hours of the date of sale. That gives you the ability to sell a bike on a Saturday and then be off for 2 days and still activate the warranty. Why is that super important? Well, one, the customer wants to have his warranty. It's part of what they paid for in the bike. Two, it proves to the manufacturer that that bike is no longer on our floor and that it has been sold. And it is now in service. Now, a lot of motorcycle manufacturers right now to this day make hitting the diagnostic software, the firmware, as being part of activating the warranty. So in a bike that we recently had that was purchased at another dealer, and the customer had gone to the other dealer to get a better price, hundreds of miles away, experienced a fault, shortcoming, failure with the bike, and brought it to us. When we went into the manufacturer's technical services system to check and to diagnose his bike, to literally hook his bike to our computer so we could talk to his computer and find out what's wrong with your bike, it said, hey, this bike is still sitting in a dealership in Michigan. The warranty has never been activated, and the guy bought the bike 5 weeks ago. So one, this bike was never legally put into service. Two, we know this bike never got the firmware update it was supposed to get. It still had the firmware in it from 2 years ago. Okay, no updates, no firmware ever made it to this bike. Three, there was an active recall on the bike that the dealer who sold the bike should know about when they activated his warranty and hit it with the pad. So hit it with the firmware. So when they hit it with the new firmware to put the bike into service, it would have said, hey, there's a recall, a safety recall for this vehicle that you need to fix before some customer gets hurt and sues us. These are all things, and you're exactly right when you say a guy shows up at my shop, the bike says QJMotor on the side, I'm a QJMotor dealer. What level of responsibility do I have to him? None. Zero. Didn't buy it from me. Didn't buy it from an authorized SSR distributor. Is QJMotor going to write a check? No, of course they're not. That's the distributor's jobs.
So if it was from an SSR qualified, are you required by most of the dealership agreements to warranty that bike if you didn't sell it? Okay.
So in our particular state, now this may change for different states, but in the state of Ohio, I reserve the right to refuse service to anybody I want.
Yeah.
If you're a cock in my shop and you know, whatever, I don't have to work on your bike, right? Yeah. If I don't like you, I don't have to work on your bike. I have the reserve the right to refuse service to anybody, and that's part of the dealer contract. However, it's generally considered to be a sign of goodwill to give it a shot.
Sure.
Now, if you find out in this case, like in this particular case, that the selling dealer did a very bad job on multiple fronts of getting this bike ready for the customer. Okay. He failed to register the warranty. He failed to do the recall that had to be done. He failed to address any warranty work. And when the customer had a warranty issue 300 miles away and said, hey, man, I bought this bike from you 4 weeks ago and spent a shit ton of money. Can you make it right? He says, oh, just take it to your local dealer. Kicking the can down the road. The problem is the local dealer discovers that dealership did not do any of the things they're supposed to do. And that legally, if we want to be super pricky about it, we could say, hey, Mr. Customer, I know you spent a lot of money, but this bike doesn't have a warranty.
Yeah.
So take it back to the point of purchase and have them sort out why it doesn't have a warranty. Well, in this particular situation, he might have a lemon law situation. He might have a customer service thing like the dealership may decide to give him a different bike or whatever. But the point is, I know that the dealer in question would have been all too happy to just have us take over the problem.
Yeah.
Which is what they want to have happen.
Much better person. My day job in the pool industry, we tell people to pound sand all the time.
Yeah.
If you didn't buy it from us, we're not touching it. You can call the manufacturer. They'll give you another list of names.
Yeah.
And if you didn't buy it from any of them and you bought it online, you're about to learn how to fix a pool heater.
I have people bringing in Bell helmets.
Yeah.
And helmets, like we sell certain brands of helmets and they will bring them into my shop constantly. Hey, you have to give me a new helmet. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't give you a new helmet. Show me a receipt from my shop and then we'll discuss it. Yeah. Once you show me a receipt from my shop, we'll start talking about things. Yeah. But I am not. This situation is going to become a problem when somebody says, okay, well, I am entitled to a warranty. No, you're not entitled to shit. You are absolutely not entitled to shit. Okay. Interesting thing. We talked about it briefly. So Harley Davidson decided that they were going to fire that woke ass CEO who, made their motorcycles good for gay people or whatever. And they were going to bring in the former CEO from Pizza Hut and Top Golf.
They sure did.
They're taken to the brosphere.
A man who does not and has not owned a Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
Is now the CEO of the goddamn company.
He can tell you more about his golf cleats and fucking driver than any kind of a motorcycle.
Callaway Top Golf. That's a very, very big company. I don't know if you live next to one of these fucking places where
you're about to.
Privileged white people can go beat the shit out of little balls.
Those things are fun.
Again,
literally going 5 miles down the road from you.
I know it's with. I have to look at it every time I drive west on the freeway.
This is not a proud moment, but in Vegas one year, I fell off the first floor or the second.
You fell off the fucking second tier of the.
John's right.
You were in the hammock.
They have a catching net.
Sleepy's taking a nap in the hammock.
I went to do a happy
safety net.
I went to do a Happy Gilmore and totally second high sided off the thing.
Holy shit!
I thought I was dead, dude.
You're the reason those things exist.
How happy
and guess how fast I left that building?
Pretty fucking fast.
The 3 people didn't even let my feet hit the ground. I was just floated out of that fucker like
really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you were instantly ejected,
which was sweet because I didn't pay yet.
Yeah, you didn't pay any money yet. That's awesome. Yes, I mean, like,
so that's the super trick then.
Yeah,
so it's a batting cages for golfers, right?
Yeah.
That's
gamified driving range.
I did it in Vegas the one year, and it was a lot of fun.
Right.
I didn't have to pay anything, so that's what made it a lot of fun.
It makes it a lot more fun if you don't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'll take my chances with a bucket of balls.
Close to getting the one chick to go in. There was a pool at that one.
What?
And she's like, I'll strip down to my end. If one of you, I was like, oh yeah, let's make this happen.
There is a pool at Top Golf.
Yeah, there was in Vegas.
Right? Why not? Makes sense. Hot out there. So the former CEO of Top Golf decided to split its company, Callaway Topgolf. Callaway makes the golf bats and stuff like that. So they decided to split their company up, and the CEO found himself to be in a unique position for CEOs, and he found a company that apparently got tired of their last hugely unqualified CEO. So there's always room for another hugely unqualified CEO that doesn't really live the product. And apparently they found one. I just, for a second, because I am a shareholder in such things, I decided to look at my stock for HOG. It's HOG on the stock exchange, in case you're wondering. And in 2023, our HOG stock was at $50 a share. And currently it is less than half of that at $24.09. Things are not looking rosy for Harley Davidson right now.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah, please do.
What could they do? Like no matter who they bring in, no matter what they do, unless they just produce a 1997 fucking whatever that motor that everybody likes in the one, unless they just go back to that, nobody's going to ever be happy. When you see the comments about any of the stuff, they're just like, just make us the twin cam 88 or whatever the fucking motor they like that's what I want.
Lightning bolts on the side of the gas tank.
You killed the Sportster, like the same shit.
Scare me.
So what can I'm just like, as a
I don't know why they killed the Sportster.
No, but what CEO is going to walk into this and like you can't have new ideas. The new ideas don't work. It doesn't matter what it is. Like the Pan America is a dope fucking bike.
It's insane.
I finally got to ride one, and I was like, holy fuck, this is like a sport bike for old people.
Well,
it's.
I couldn't give her all the beans.
Oh, dude, it's an impressive bike.
Well, that's
and yet it's fucking like it's only popular with the ADV. Like the Harley guys hate it. Most of the Harley guys.
That was always the joke about Buell. Is the worst part about Buell is you had to walk to a fucking Harley dealer to get parts.
Yeah.
Right. And Buell was the future of Harley Davidson, and they fucking killed it. Which means now you're left with a zombie freaking asshole fucking motorcycle that nobody wants.
But think about it. What direction could Harley go in?
So
hang on, Matt's got a thing.
Go ahead, Matt.
Fire away. So my answer that I'm like broken record beating a dead horse on is, had they stuck with the More Roads to Harley Davidson plan under Levitich before the whole like shareholder takeover that forced him out and installed Jochen Zeitz, I think we'd see a Harley that everyone in this room would be more excited about. Budget models, we'd probably see something like the X440 available here in the US, bikes that are somewhat exciting and modern. The problem is you go to the comment sections and you do see the squeaky wheels that are like, just give me the twin cam. But they're not buying bikes.
That was just thinking about that. The same guys that are the loudest dudes are still riding their 96 fucking whatever. So they haven't put any money into the Harley Davidson in 35 years.
Meth dealers in a trailer park really shouldn't be guiding the direction of your company.
No.
And how many Dynas can you really sell to people that are going to be convicts in 5 years? I mean, that's the reality of it. Is they should have gone Buell when they finally accepted the what was the 1190?
Yeah,
the Ulysses and all that should have been the future of Harley. Because they needed exactly. Do people buy Indians?
You say those things, Tom, but I also remember there was a whole a time when everybody was saying, "Oh, look, it's all lawyers and doctors riding these $30,000 Harleys."
At least lawyers and doctors are aspirational,
right?
But Marshall
bring back the Dyna.
Marshall makes a good point. Indian has made a point of making. We've said it wrong.
They're selling bikes. And like people don't hate Indian.
Well,
and they've done new stuff. They've done modern stuff. You had that fucking XFR. That thing was a fucking piece of artwork, man.
FTR,
whatever it was.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Nobody hated on Indian because they brought out a sport bike.
Right.
It's really weird that Harley has that stuck mentality with these guys.
I'm sorry. It took me too long to think about Polaris.
I've never understood why Harley Davidson isn't selling, you're selling, great. You're selling, all these bikes. Why aren't you selling dirt bikes? Why aren't you selling quad runners?
Well,
why aren't you selling jet skis? Why aren't you selling all the things that...
Yeah, go back to Wheels Through Time and all the shit up on the thing that you can just look at in the museum. Why
aren't you
again.
selling golf carts?
Oh, we might be getting back to golf carts.
We are definitely going to get back to golf carts.
AMF is going to buy them again.
So Harley Davidson right now, I just looked this up. So according to Motorcycle Data, Harley Davidson's worldwide sales are down 27.7%.
I read something like they sold 184,000 motorcycles total.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, that's nothing.
Compared to Bajaj, that is literally 1 day's production, I guess. But there's the contrasting number. So Indian Motorcycles has had a really fucking bad year. they're up 0.9%. So Indian was projected to be up 15%. They're up 0.9%. Harley Davidson, again, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. Harley Davidson told its shareholders they were going to be up 21%, and they're down about 40% in actual U.S. sales number. Worldwide sales numbers total 27.7%.
Harley Davidson got comfortable selling motorcycles that nobody else was building.
Yeah.
There was no competition in what they built because they were fairly unique.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now that that's not what people want, what do?
And if you go to Motorbike News says that if you look at the Indian of India, the country, its actual production numbers for the first quarter of 2025, motorcycles produced in the country of India have gone up by over 5.9%. So India is definitely, and by the way, that's 4.9 million units in one quarter. So in 90 fucking days, they built 4.9 million bikes. And that's 5.2% up from where they were the quarter before.
One of the biggest problems that Harley and every motorcycle company right now has in the United States of America is you're trying to deal two-wheeled vehicles in a shrinking market because nobody has any fucking money.
Well, nobody has any fucking money.
On top of that, the Harley Davidson specifically has transitioned entirely from any form of a product first company to entirely a shareholder first company functionally, right? Look at the CEO choice, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're not bringing this guy in because he, just breathes and eats and sleeps Harley Davidson or motorcycle culture, right? And happens to have, an MBA. They're bringing him in because someone in the boardroom thinks, well, we might be able to squeak out another like 3% and do some stop buybacks and line our pockets some more. Yeah. For a little while longer before all of the cards collapse.
Harley Davidson has just admitted that they have sold off their loan division, which we talked about in a previous podcast as being one of their biggest problems because they wrote all this paper.
What, the toxic asset division?
Okay. But that's $5 billion. Oh, yeah. That's 5B with a billion. Yeah. That's $5 billion. They've sold those bad loans to KKR and PIMCO, which are two of those Blackwater. Those are two of those companies, or BlackRock rather. Those are two of those companies that are really just all about doing what? Buying bad debt and shutting your ass down, right? Yep. It's not what the debt is worth. It's what you owe us for selling us the debt.
Is a motorcycle for transportation? Because I don't think Harleys really are. Harleys are like a lifestyle thing. Sure. They don't build a motorcycle, except maybe like a Road King is a transportation type motorcycle, but none of their bikes are transportation. Right. And a lot of people want a bike for transportation. They just don't have that niche.
I mean, I see on the way to work, I'll be riding with my BMW, whatever, but I'll get passed by Road Kings. That's you see all the construction dudes riding Road Kings.
I can see the Road King as being
I have two of them in my world right now.
A Road King is a transportation bike, but most of the other ones and stuff, they're a vacation bike. You're going to get on your Ultra Classic and go down to Florida and back or whatever, but like the daily driver, sports.
But look at the price point of a Road King. Yeah. If you're looking at something purely from the transportation aspect, how many choices are you going to hit before you hit a Road King?
I don't know, dude. Now they're like $5,000. So I'll take as many as you want. Yeah.
But it's not the most efficient. Like I need transportation, affordable transportation. That's not a Harley Davidson.
Right. No. If you want to, the starting price for a Road King right now is $26,000. Go ahead. No. Evil Dead Alive. Harley will be fine once all these tariffs hit because they're U.S. made of U.S. parts. The Milwaukee Steel will crush all the foreign competitors.
They absolutely are not. If you have not followed,
I think he was baiting us.
Tongue in cheek.
I think he was baiting us.
I forget the gentleman's name. His Instagram handle is Shook Soda. He has been trying to make a truly all-American FXR. Right. Yeah. You know what part he absolutely could not source in the U.S.?
Oh, no.
Tires.
Yeah, because American Elite's done. Well, yeah. So Dunlop's done with their American
no American production with American material. Right. And the amount of places that he was trying to get like American-made parts, and he's like, cool, I'm taking delivery by showing up and watching you make this. And they're like, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, because they
you
were
can't watch us open the box.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just no. I remember years ago, one of the motorcycle rags came out that said that around 70% of a Harley Davidson's parts are sourced in the United States. 30% are sourced from international suppliers. But then exactly to your point, Matt, they said, hold on, sourced in the United States.
Yeah.
Meaning, oh, you bought a box of Showa suspension, which comes from Japan Honda, but is sold through a U.S. distributor under the name of Progressive Suspension or whoever. So, yeah, that part doesn't count.
Yeah.
It doesn't count anymore.
Well, it's, the entire thing about giving Harley Davidson millions upon millions of dollars, and they opened the Kansas City plant.
Right.
And then they went, well, we've got the money. We've cashed the check. Fuck you, moving to Thailand.
Right. And that's absolutely it.
And that's the thing is after, even under the Biden administration, because that was under Trump, under Biden, they gave him millions and millions of dollars for the live wire. So they bought it all back from Kimco, and they went, oh, no, we're all in on this.
Yeah, exactly.
And now they're back to struggling with the tariffs because all their shit's over in Thailand. And they're like, we don't know what the fuck to do. Because we're
Why do we get
$millions.
so upset about this when it's Harley Davidson? What we didn't get upset when Ford, Ford builds cars all over the world.
Because
I got passed the other day by a Buick that's made in China.
Yeah,
my mom's Buick is made in China.
Right. And when I saw the thing, I was driving that ridiculous truck that I happened to rent your truck, but with an automatic. I happened to rent a 26-foot U-Haul to go pick up these bikes. And I was like, damn, you sit a little bit higher in this one, don't you? The fenders are a little further away.
But Harley Davidson puts themselves out there as so hard of an American motorcycle.
Yeah, no, it's their own issue. Yeah, it's the image issue. Oh, we're the most American company. No, actually, Honda was at one point.
Because I don't know how everyone else feels. I would be excited to be able to buy an X440.
Right.
If Cushman started making a modern scooter that could compete with Vespa, I would be right there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Period. Plain and simple. You could bring me a CVT powered 300cc scooter at $10,000 with a Cushman badge on it. That is just as good as a Vespa.
But
okay, cool, let's go.
But
and then they gave us the Royal Alloy instead, which has mysterious problems that we just don't know what's going on with them sometimes.
But you know what? I've seen a mini Road King based off an 883 or a Sportster, or maybe a Sportster, but made in a standard riding position or a little sport riding position.
Craft Services deals.
Same motor, same everything.
Craft Services every morning deals with tariffs and imports and crazy bullshit and everything else.
Right.
And her entire thing is you literally have a manufacturing facility 5 miles down the road from my manufacturing facility. Why aren't you bringing it back? And everybody looks at him and goes, unions.
Yeah.
But we're not going to pay you a living wage. It's cheaper for us to charge you fucking tariffs.
When Tom was going off about, he would buy this bike, whatever, and he's giving all the specs and everything, right? That reminds me of the millions of threads over at Adventure Rider when all the dudes would be like, if they only brought out a 450 with this and that, oh shit. And so BMW is like, yeah, we're bringing out a 450.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah. And they're like, well, it needs to have this and that. Like, they're never going to buy this shit. These guys always say, I'd buy it if they brought this out.
If the Toyota FT88 didn't have a fucking Subaru motor.
Motor Marini has a 450 that has everything you could ever want.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't call it an Alt-Trike.
No, they
changed
the name
for the US. They changed it.
They just changed the name.
Yeah.
It's the Vittoria or something.
Yeah,
it's
Vittoria.
cool. Yeah, Vittoria.
Oh,
they fixed that.
What was it called?
Again, based on the Napoleon Bob.
Bob. I swear it's a haircut.
Chinchilla. And based on the chinchilla theory, I think some of what we said, I honestly believe this, guys. I honestly believe that we are personally responsible for the changing of the name Althrike.
Yeah.
Because, again, the right people were in the booth.
Like when you said
and
the name
we had a unified front. And I think that they went, Oh no. Shit.
When he said the name of the bike, I thought he was going to throw an arm salute.
I did too. I was like, what? Whoa, the Third Reich? No. Fourth Reich.
No.
What are you doing?
It doesn't
You
help
can't
it.
do that.
No.
You can't do that.
I've never ever felt so disassociated so quickly as when
I
I
was like,
said
what
that.
is Phil going to sign up for?
You
What
celebrate.
in the fuck are you doing, man?
You celebrate this now, and next year it will be called the Dust Bath and not the Chinchilla.
Oh my God. It is, I promise you, and I promise you with every fiber of my being, it takes little changes, guys. Little changes. And that's the difference between the Vittore, right, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Chinchilla.
Yeah.
Which is what we got.
Dust
like
bath.
the Vittore in a 11th hour decision received a name change
Yep.
for the United States market. Bless their fucking souls.
Yeah, that was a good choice.
Bless their you nailed it. You guys nailed it.
You wrote room red.
You read the room. We said some shit. You listened to the shit we said, and you were like, okay, we know when we're beat, right? There's nothing fucking wrong with that shit. So,
What about Buell? More American than Harley Davidson?
insignificant.
Are we actually producing bikes at volume yet?
I don't even know.
I mean,
I
that
honestly don't
Captain
know.
American guy is selling them.
Are they-
are they-
Kaplan American or what is his name?
Are they still just
Yeah.
taking deposits and not producing
again,
bikes?
No, dude,
No,
those
they're
bikes,
building
the
bikes.
sport bikes
I
are
thought
fucking
the whole
gnarly.
thing was they were taking orders on a bike that didn't exist yet.
Yeah, the
and-
Super Cruiser.
yeah.
They've been showing off the same like 5 that they've been dragging around the country for what, 3 years now?
Yeah, but they delivered on the sport bike and the other thing. Like the sport
Yeah,
bike's
but the-
supposed to be insane.
yeah, but that was already kind of in production.
Yeah, I was
They'd
going to
been
say
saying,
right.
sport bikes.
that's
Yeah.
still the bones.
I mean, the most
Eric.
American patriotic bike you can buy is Keanu Reeves' bike. So
But to answer the question,
yeah, Art.
Probably.
is it how is it 100% made in America?
No.
It might be.
No.
I mean, I don't know.
No.
I mean,
But even back in the day, wasn't Buell using
Hey,
Rotax motors?
we are leaving out the most American motorcycle ever made, the Janus.
The J.
True. He's not wrong.
You don't have the engine.
Sure, but minus the Lin High, it's good to go.
Except for the motive power unit.
for the motive
Except
power
for the thermal unit. It's remarkably American.
Yeah, but how does
Remarkably
somebody
American.
not just ask him to like buy the frame without the motor and then get one of these 4-cylinder 1920 motors and stick it in there, man?
You could do that.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I stand behind you. I have faith in you, as Metal Fresh says.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
did you see
should
my
do
new
that.
project? Because of fucking Greg and all them dudes. And so the CT proved itself so well to me at Mid-Ohio. I thought it deserved treats.
Okay.
So I gave it all the treats, dude. It has a digital dashboard, a whole fucking like
Wow.
LED system, fucking inverted shocks, stretch swing arm, fucking
Oh,
suspension.
shit, really?
Oh, I'm
I
going
can't.
hard.
I can't wait for the phone call. Hey, Friday, what are you doing after work? Can you come put all this shit on? 'Cause, I mean, I'm good. I can work on
How much-
stuff.
I got the labeled harness.
Hey,
your
Phil?
services are not needed.
How
sir.
much did you sell the Dax?
You say
to-
that now.
How much do you sell that Dax to Bob for?
4K.
Yeah, how much does Sleepy got in this thing now?
I don't know.
Oh, way less than
Death
that,
Trail?
dude. Way less than that. Yeah. I probably got $1,400 into
Right.
it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. And you start with a Sky Team,
yeah, for nothing.
and then you change everything.
Because Sky, it's really easy to find a not working Sky team.
would you say their main desirability is found in their unreliability?
Yeah, but I think it's more or less.
What makes them so desirable is the fact they can be had so cheap because
They're
so
donor
frequently
bikes.
are broken.
Yeah, but I don't really blame the bike because like this one, when I got it from, because Greg just grabbed it from somebody cheap and he sold it to me for what he paid for it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg. And I took it home and like every bolt was not tightened. Like it never had a chance to be a motorcycle. Like it was born and then just thrown out of the nest.
It
with
only
no
has
time.
like 100 miles on it.
It had 100 miles on it. The motor, for some reason, this person who owned it, it didn't start, so they took the motor apart. Like they didn't
good.
ask anybody to do anything, and then it sat, so water got down in it. So it was it was a non-runner, which I didn't want that motor. So boom.
So that's actually
Do you have any
fine.
paperwork for that?
Yeah, it's got a fucking title.
Wow.
So this is gonna be a
It was cut
75 mile an hour fucking.
It was cut off.
road bike
It
thing.
was cut off the side of the crate.
No,
Yes.
Who cares?
I'm
As
certain
long as-
of
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
care. I got the fucking title. In fact, I'm gonna come in and get Renee to kiss on it a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, Renee doesn't do titles anymore.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. There's been a change of manpower at the shop. Just a little one. So about that, about that whole Harley Davidson thing. Would you like to guess, just for the sake of fun, just because it's fun to say so, what is right now the lowest priced Harley Davidson that you can currently purchase at the Harley Davidson dealer, and what does it cost?
$37,000.
It's the Nightster.
It is the Nightster.
Oh, I was going to go
exactly right.
I was going to say the,
No.
I was going to say the compensator or the Sibian.
Nine.
Oh, that's cheaper than I
For
thought.
$9,999, Harley Davidson dropped the price of its completely liquid cooled, same motor that's in the Pan America. Ish.
A little smaller. Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
But it's a
Design.
good motor, man.
Design.
Yep.
It's a good motor.
Yep.
But yeah, only in the billiard gray color. They dropped the price $1,500 hairs, right? It was already the least expensive bike they had in their fucking market. And they dropped it some more money. And you said earlier, what about the Sportster? Why don't they bring back the Sportster? Why'd they kill off the Sportster? Because that fucking 1200 cannot meet anybody's EPA or DOT or noise or anything else. It's a great motor, but it was a great motor 30 years ago.
Yeah, but why wouldn't they just throw this new motor in and call it a Sportster? Like, it's such an iconic fucking name. That was kind of dumb. That's like Burger King not selling the Whopper. Like, well, we're not doing the Whopper
Probably
anymore.
for the same exact reason why you don't want to buy the Ford Mustang Mach-E. And you get angry because a Mustang's supposed to be a 2+2 pointy car, and it's not a fucking 4 fucking seats, a family of 7 fucking E car. It's not a electric vehicle, and people are
because I really
pissed off.
Hey, Harley Davidson.
I really like that car.
okay, let me
Maybe
ask you
you
this.
take a page out of the Honda book.
Right.
You develop a fantastic motor.
Yes.
And then you put it in 6 different models.
Well, I think
like
that's
a Bronx?
Yeah.
Like a Bronx?
Like a Bronx.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Gone.
a Bronx. Right. That idea of the Sportster, I think when you look at a Nightster, it's a Sportster, right?
Yeah.
And why is it not called a Sportster? Well, it could be, they could have called it a Sportster Dark. They could have called it a Sportster Iron. They could have called it a Sportster 71.5. They could have called it all these things that they've done with Sportsters over the past, but those names have all actually been taken quite recently. And so the Nightster is real fucking close to Sportster. But it's broke the rule. It's liquid cooled.
And the reality is what they're going to do is call over to the skull department and the leather department and the apparel department and the chrome department. And by the time you're out the door, it's going to be $30,000.
V-twin, the Max 975. It's a great motor. Everyone thinks the best of it. It works better. It functions better. It actually pulls like a freight train. It looks really good. I saw one on the road today. It looked really, really nice. I think that this is a good bike for them. Will it save the company? No, because you said earlier, motherfuckers got no money.
Yep.
Right. So it can be $5,749, 650 cc, 61 horsepower, goes 120 miles an hour, and people are still not buying it.
So you mean they're building an Indian to compete with Indian?
They, in fact, did exactly that, John, and they matched the price of the Indian. Their price literally matches the price of the Scout 60 to the penny. Now, I've ridden Scout 60s, and me and their ergonomics department do not have a good relationship. I like the motors. They're super fun. They're super fast. They get up and haul the mail, but they do not fit this 6'1" human. They just don't. They suck. They feel like trash. The back end could use a thing that they invented 1,000 years ago called suspension. And I'm going to be pretty fucking sure that the Nightster is also going to be sadly lacking in that department because I've seen the springs that are on it.
Yeah, I heard it has like 2 inches of suspension.
Yeah, all the Sportsters do. Yeah, that's
Make
kind
sure
of the
it
deal.
has suspension that's easily taken off.
Right. How can we? Well, it's designed to be removed and upgraded, of course. So, news story that actually I kind of actually give a shit about for some stupid reason is that Harley Davidson in their marketing campaign is making a move we talked about in a previous podcast. If you can throw the screen up for me, Sleepy. It's 2025, friends, and Harley Davidson is the principal product placement sponsor for Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. This is Mickey Rourke on his very best day. Don Johnson in his very weirdest facial hair. And as a young man, I actually loved this movie because it featured a Honda Pacific Coast doing an impossible wheelie with a super sweet PCH officer on it. Like, she was dead sexy. And she made a PC 800 stand on its tail and go down the street, or at least her stunt person.
I got to look this up because I like this kind of thing.
This movie was a very, very mediocre movie.
Ridiculous. In all the
Batgirl
right
on her
ways.
bike. Oh my God. I can't.
But I promise you, you will not hate me for making you watch it. Now, imagine that we made this movie again today with a $120 million budget. Now, in Harley Davidson, the Marvel Man, Harley Davidson was riding a Harley Davidson. The Marlboro Man was riding a Kawasaki. It's fun. Just check it out. Kawasaki Z1000. It's a pretty fucking delightful, watchable movie.
I think that movie
Yeah.
caused kind of that Starboys Vance and
Oh, it definitely.
craze.
That jacket, if you look at what Mickey Rourke was wearing, a year after this movie broke, everybody bought that jacket.
Oh, yeah.
That was money that Vanson spent very wisely.
Yeah.
And the idea of a polished, not painted motorcycle became like, oh. The Digger, like this bike that showed up. I'm going to pull it up so you can see it.
Yeah.
This is the bike. This is the hero bike from the movie. It's just an S&S motor. It's a rigid.
It's kind of a cool. I mean, I didn't hate it.
It's got a piece of pipe where the rear springs are supposed to be.
Yeah,
So they could have the fender just hugging the tire like you do. Yeah. And I didn't hate it. I thought it was super cool. I built a motorcycle that looked a lot like this.
Well, usually movies fuck them up.
They do.
Like they'll do something that every biker that be like, I would never fucking do that, But
This is actually a totally cool bike.
Like you could see
wide
that
glide front end. Yeah.
any bar in fucking Ohio somewhere. There's a bike that looks
cheap
like
build,
that.
great hero bike,
Yeah.
super cool. Loved everything about it. Today's version is going to have Jason Momoa and Tom Hardy. So Jason Momoa and Tom Hardy are going to be on this adventure.
Well, that's $100 million of your $130,000.
It's a $120 million budget. Yep. And it's
You're gonna need sandbags for that theater. There's gonna be so many. It's
gonna be so splooshed.
fucking everywhere.
And again, Tom Hardy has proven that if you give Tom Hardy a motorcycle, he becomes ambiguously gay super fast.
Yeah.
And I want to see the makeout scene. I want to see the gay chicken between Tom Hardy and Jason Momoa.
And
Well, if you've
Sean
watched-
is not here for this conversation.
No, but if you've watched Jason Momoa's show, like whatever he was doing there on like the History Channel or
Yeah.
something, where he was like,
Did you see-
getting rare guitars
Yeah.
and things. The motorcycle one was basically gay porn.
It was
like they were like slow moing the white and black things. I mean, I didn't have lotion or
Well,
anything, so
it's cool what they did,
Yeah.
but it just was.
It was kinda
pink,
hard.
and he likes pink, so he's wearing the pink and
that's
black.
that's the funniest part. The funniest part. If
I
you've
didn't
ever
care
watched-
about that, but you were right. Like it made it on. Like I was like, I don't want to be aroused right now, and I'm not gay, so this is a problem.
well, it's
The last Fast
the
and
cool-
Furious, where
it's-
he's the bad guy and he's showing up
It
in like
really-
the moo is
It
hysterical.
was really cool that they
It was.
actually went and reproduced 3 brand new board track style.
No,
I don't even know
yeah.
the exact bike.
That's the
but
thing. I can't even hate
old
the guy.
Harley.
You can't hate the guy.
The show was cool, but
absolutely
it was
not.
just
Cool. The
like
show's super cool.
there was some unnecessary slow mo. But then I realized my wife was like, "Well, dude, that's for me, not you, dumbass." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that is one of those situations where I promise you, I did like the original. I don't know if I'm gonna like the new one.
Well, we're damn sure going to go watch
I
it.
have no idea, but I am damn sure gonna go watch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Be careful because the trailers that are up on YouTube are just concept AI bullshit.
Right.
They're not even slightly real.
There's still no real official trailer for Pillion either. So
right. Billion.
So
that's one of
Don't be, my favorite term now is pillared.
Pillared.
Yeah,
well, here's the one thing that I will say
That's from
about
Top Gear.
some of the art. Pillared.
James May.
Big pillared. Some of the art that exists that has snuck out is the two of them, two of them standing behind. You can throw it up just for the fun of it. They are standing behind a brand new low dollar Harley Davidson motorcycle. So neither of the characters that they are representing in this garb, neither of them would be seen riding that 1200cc, actually a Sportster.
Yeah.
Right? That 6-year-old Sportster. None of them would be, either of those guys would be riding that motorcycle. But I did check it out, and this little piece of teaser art did in fact come and was originated by Harley Davidson. So, yeah. So at some point in this film, somebody is going to show up on a very product placed, very purchasable Harley Davidson.
Well,
you know what go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I could see Harley being Harley. That the movie actually has a Sportster 1200 custom that's not available anymore. Right. Just like they spent all the money to put the live wire a long way up and then basically ditched it.
Yeah. And ditched it completely.
That was hilarious.
Right. Yeah. And that's a ton of money.
When they could have put the Pan American.
But I mean, are we being crusty old dudes right now? And are we not looking at this as a chance that young people might be into it? And then that gets more young people into motorcycles.
I'm saying that they're giving me exactly what I was asking for in previous podcasts, that we actually needed. Somebody need to make some motorcycle movies, because a lot of our motorcycle passion was by this type of movie and seeing motorcycles in culture. And stuff.
I mean, how many live wires did they sell after
Long Way Up?
No. Black Widow rode the live wire in one of the Avengers movies,
and Captain America rode a Street 750 in the Avengers movie, Avengers Assembled or whatever. So there are two product placements in the Marvel universe of Harley Davidson's, as well as in other films. Thor is seen riding a Harley Davidson, Dyna or whatever.
And they should have been running a WLA during the original ones.
Right. If they didn't try to sell them through Harley dealerships.
Also agreed.
They should have been a standalone brand right from the beginning. It should have been, Harley Davidson's going to do this thing. You don't walk into a Harley dealership and expect them to sell you an electric motorcycle.
Right.
They hate that idea.
They do. They do not like it.
So you have to build, they should have built their own network for that.
Sleepy, you want to throw this up real quick?
Yeah.
If you were alive in 1987, you may have seen this turd of a movie.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that this minimum age working employee in his minimum wage job could somehow afford a Harley 883 Sportster was one of the most gratuitous uses of product placement. There is nothing about this guy's character, not even a little bit, that suggests he would ride a Harley Davidson Sportster.
I totally didn't get a mannequin and pretend that it came to life.
But Andy McCarthy rode a Harley Davidson Sportster.
We are now showing our ages
in this movie. And it was very freaking weird that they decided, of all the vehicles they could have put him on, which based on his character, a Vespa would have been so much more appropriate.
Yamaha Riva
180.
Tom thinks that's what people think, that one comment is what shows our age.
None
of the other stuff that we
nobody under the age of probably 45 has ever even heard of Manic. You might as well just tell people, hey, have you ever seen that old movie called Big?
No, but I'm just thinking that was the line. That was it. Everybody was like, oh my God, wait, what did they just say? These guys are old.
The jig is up.
I thought they were like in their 20s or something.
But the idea being that,
you remember Daryl Hannah?
Right. We need to have
God, she was so good looking.
In Splash, do you remember Splash? Tom Hanks when he was cross-dressing in that TV show.
Kim Cattrall 30 years before Sex and the City, right? Yeah, I mean, it took me Sex and the City to realize she'd been doing anal that whole time. Right. Yeah,
I lost my
they're doing a remake of that now,
or something.
I'm just going to tell you. I originally, when I heard that there was going to be a 2025 version of Harley Davidson, the Marlboro Man, I got really, really angry, and I turned that around, and I got really, really excited, and now I want to see a 2026 version of Night Riders.
I got some work on my hands when I get home Googling Kim Cattrall.
Control anal. Exactly.
I want to see an updated version of Miami Vice now. Who's the new Don Johnson?
Our FCC license ends in 30 seconds.
All right, Shaq. All right, guys, that's it. I feel like it's been a decent podcast with no Chris Smith. Somehow we muddled through it. Anybody else got anything else?
He only took tips.
Fire away.
So this is for Chris Smith. So I was coming home, actually, right over here, and I saw this homeless guy. And I came up and I was like, hey, man, how you doing? He's like, all right. I'm like, listen, I want to help you out, but I got to know, if I give you $500, are you going to buy drugs or alcohol? He was like, no, man. He goes, I've been clean for 15 years. I said, okay. I said, if I give you $500, you're going to go down the street and buy motorcycle parts. He said, no, man, I haven't had a motorcycle in 15 years. I said, okay, I'm going to do you one better. I'm like, this is not weird, but you come with me, come home, I'll make you a nice dinner. My wife cuts hair. She's going to clean you up, and I'm going to give you $500, drive you up and get a job. He's like, well, why would you do that? Won't your wife get mad? I said, no, I want to show her what happens when a guy stops doing drugs and stops riding motorcycles.
And on that bombshell,
I tried to be as bad as Smith. I'm sorry.
oh, remember, folks, ride fast and take chances. Play us out here, Johnny Mac.
Bum, 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 bum,
Get us out of here, Sleepy.
Hold it down. Okay.
Right now, before we do anything else,
Get rid of that fucking cable.
this cable.
What?